What's going on, YouTube and Breaking Point fans? We're back with another episode of Glory Days, and the special guest for today is my boy Cheen. You know what I'm saying? CWL NOLA MVP, OGYB member, just a vet in the scene. I feel like he's one of the most underrated players ever, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? We got Money Cheen here today. Anything you want to say real quick? Hello, say to the people.
No, just hi everybody. Donnie, thank you for asking me to come on, and I'm excited to do this.
Let's do it. Before we get started today, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this video. The Breaking Point podcast is brought to you by Prize Picks. Use code Breaking Point for $50 when you make your first $5 pick. Deposit $5, get $50. Boom. Great deal. Use code Breaking Point. So basically, let's just start off. We're gonna get into your COD career for sure. Let's start off with what you've been. We'll talk about that throughout, like obviously about what you got going on in real life, but what you've been up to, bro. I mean, we used to talk a lot. Obviously, like life happens. I see you got a girlfriend. You be just you seem happy though. So how you feel? Like what you got going on?
Honestly, just kind of after I tried doing the Warzone stuff for a bit when Warzone 2 dropped, and that stuff kind of happened. So after that, I got a job at Walgreens. I was working there I was working there for the past 2 years, but I recently left that job and I'm trying to find another one right now.
Okay.
So that's basically just doing that. Streaming in my meantime now. I've been getting back into that a little bit. And then yeah, I've been with my girl now for 19 months. It was yesterday or 19 months. So
yeah, you got the months down to a T. Okay. That boy in love.
For real. Yeah. No, I do love her, bro. Like I really do think I'm gonna marry her one day. Like,
yeah, that's fire.
I'm telling you, she's my twin, bro. Like it's crazy. I feel like but people I've noticed like I can get like a little bored of them quick.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And especially if you don't have a lot of stuff in common,
Yeah.
But with my girl, like I'm telling you, we've clicked since day one. So that's pretty much been my life, just working, hanging out with my girl. We also have a little dog. She's back there sleeping, but
oh, that's fire. Y'all live together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. Okay, all right. Yeah, Sirski. All right. That's good, bro. I'm happy for you. Damn. I don't want to get too emotional, but that's good, man. I'm really happy for you. That's about it for real life. Like you just living life. You got a girl, you got a dog. I got your own place. You just being grown.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. All right. Before we talk about your COD career, I have a question. So like, this is just from an outside point of view, but like, I got a nose ring too. It's nothing against nose ring, but what's with it's like your aesthetic, your vibe has changed a little bit. That's just you just more comfortable being yourself, or you always like that, or is that just?
I've always liked I've always wanted to have a piercing, but I knew I just didn't want to get my ears pierced. I always felt like that was kind of basic.
Okay.
And I'm not a hater against it. I just feel like it wouldn't look good on me. Like, okay, personally.
Yeah.
So this was like I was trying to find a piercing that I would like, and honestly, my girl kind of just inspired me. She was like, because she has a lot of piercings too.
Okay.
And she was just like, she just told me like, whatever you pick, just rock it. Like whatever you got, like, like that's all you can do.
Yeah, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. I got my nose pierced here. Did that one hurt? What is that called? The septum?
Yeah, this was a septum. No, actually, for like when you do it, it's funny. It didn't hurt, but the guy was like, "You're gonna cry." Like it's just not.
Yeah. I cry when that shit
nose.
Yeah.
I was about to say it's just your nose. Like it makes you tear up.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna cry." He's like, "You'll feel a little pinch," and that's really all it was. But no, I mean, it's the only piercing I've really had since having my ear pierced when I was little, and it's pretty easy. Like it didn't really take much. Like I just cleaned it.
Okay.
Like really hard aftercare. It was kind of nice.
It didn't get caught on nothing.
No, that's another thing too. A lot of people say that they're like, "Oh, bro, you're gonna get caught." Something like, honestly, bro, like I've never had it even like get close to catching on anything like
really
at all. Yeah,
I should got caught a couple times, and that shit was terrible. My shit is like on the side too, so I don't know. Maybe I just got unlucky. I don't even know.
I was about to say, does it like poke out a little bit? Maybe if it pokes out, like these, like it's just like I don't know. It doesn't really catch on to stuff. So, but yeah, I went with this piercing because I felt like it was something. It's kind of, I don't know, it just kind of suited me. I felt.
Yeah. And I feel like it's like changes your like vibe. I don't know. I just feel like it's a new man in front of me. I don't know. Maybe I'm gassing it. I don't know. But shit.
No, I appreciate it.
Let's get into your COD career. Um, it says you've been competing since BO2. I remember you playing in BO2 on Hex P, but when was like your first? Let's start like when you first picked up a shooter.
Yeah.
Like, what was your
So
first like COD? Like,
my first COD would probably be World at War. That was like the
okay,
first game that I played like multiplayer in. So I remember World at War came out and we were playing zombies, me and my cousin all the time. Like we thought it was cool. And at the time I was really into like Halo and Gears of War. Like those were my games. Like
yeah,
I could not get off them. And I remember my cousin, he was like, bro, you got to check out COD. Like it's sick, dude. Like you'll like it. And I remember we played World at War and it was Christmas time and we were grinding. And I remember I woke him up because we were grinding to level 55 because, or I think it was like 51, maybe you got like overkill or something.
yeah, so yeah,
and,
yeah.
And we thought that PPSH and the PTRS, like overkill was going to be like the best thing ever. Nobody was going to see it coming. I remember I woke him up and I was like, yo, get on. I was like, wake up. I got it.
Yeah.
And I remember we played and we got smoked, bro. Like it was the worst class ever. Like no stopping power. Like just, you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And from then he showed me, so we kept playing World at War and I thought it was cool, but like, World at War was whatever. Like I kind of got bored of it a bit. And then I remember one day I was watching him play COD 4 downstairs. And it was like the older game, and I was like, man, that game looks sick. Like I want to play it. And I remember that summer, the summer of World at War was out. I played COD 4 the whole summer, and I got max prestige. And I was like, dude, this is like at the time I was like, this is the best game ever made. I was
Damn.
like,
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I played COD 4 so much that it was amazing. And then after that was so like that was like when I first really grinded multiplayer. I thought it was cool. And then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and I was like, "Oh, this game's gonna be, like this is COD 4 is like, sequel. Like I gotta get it."
Yeah.
And so I remember Christmas. I got it for Christmas that year, and from then I played it nonstop, bro. Like I couldn't. I kept playing it, and then I remember I could only play on weekends or when I was at my dad's too, because I didn't have it at my mom's.
Oh damn.
Or like during the summer.
Damn. Okay.
So yeah, so during the summer, so I would just grind whenever I had the chance, and I remember in MW2, I was playing hardcore S&D, bro, and I was popping off, bro. Like I must have dropped like, I don't know, like 18 or something.
Yeah.
And some guy on there, he was like, hey, bro, I don't know if you know, but there's like a website called Game Battles. He's like me and my boys play like a little bit. Like you're really good. Like you want to play with us? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't really know what it is. I don't really know you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like I'll try it. I'll play with you. Like you seem like a cool guy. Like he was at the time. I was like, I don't even know, bro. What was that? Like 2000?
You're probably like
9.
What year were you
I was like
born?
12, 97. So I was probably
so
12.
you're like 12. Yeah. Yep. I was 10. Yep.
Yeah, I was like 12 or 13. I remember this guy was like, he was a high schooler. He was like a freshman in high school at the time, or like a sophomore. I was like, man, this guy's kind of cool. Like I'll play games with him. And I remember he had a buddy. So this guy named Alex Droopy. I still talk to him this day.
Okay.
I still talk to that guy. And there's another guy named Andrew. It was Andrew LDL. Like me and him, us three were like a trio. Like I remember, but it was funny though, because like when we started out, it was like those was like us three, right? I remember we played. And I was like, man, this is whack, bro. Like I'm not having no fun, bro. These guys are sitting in their spawn because it was it was 3-minute rounds back then. Like it was first to 4 3-minute rounds. I was like, dude, these guys are moving. And then I just, I was like, I would kind of play on and off with them. They kind of had their people too, so it wasn't like, anything crazy, but they knew I was really good. Like I would always play pubs, and dude, I was such a little kid because I remember like between matches they'd want me to join or someone. I was a really big Thumper fan. Like I thought that because I played Hardcore Search, so I would just shoot it off the break, and I was trying to go for the golden calling card. I remember. And I remember I kept doing it, and my teammates like, bro, join. I'm like, bro, I just need I'm like, you gotta let me grind, bro. I'm trying to get this. And I remember I did that for a bit, and then what really got me into it though was my cousin. Like I remember me and my cousin, we were talking a bit. Like he was like, he actually, like, speaking of my cousin, he's the one who kind of showed me Game Battles before them. He like told me about it. I didn't really play it or anything, but I remember he was playing. Yeah, he was talking about it because he used to play Rainbow Six Vegas too. And whenever he was like really into that game, he was actually pretty good. I don't know if he was ever like, good enough to win a tournament or anything like that, but I know he was like top 8, like top 16 potential back then. And I remember he was gonna travel to Vegas. They had a Vegas event, but my auntie wouldn't let him. So he couldn't. He was actually gonna go to like play like at an event before me or anything like that. So I remember my auntie wouldn't let him, but he was showing me all the rainbow stuff, and I thought that was so sick, bro. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. Like, you know, I didn't really care. I didn't care about rainbow, so I was like, that's cool. But then like whenever it came to COD, I was like, he showed me it, and then those guys like introduced me to it. So I was like, no, what? Let me try playing like singles. And then my cousin at the time, he started playing COD, MW2, like game battles, because we both had the game at the now. Before we used to share games, so that's why when World at War was out, I played COD 4. Like we would switch back and forth.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So now we both had the game and we play together all the time. And I remember he showed me Radar. He was like, dude, like he used to play Radar with his friends all the time, and I'd play with him sometimes. And that's when I got really into it. Was when I played Radar singles. And man, dude, that was the one thing that got me into it, because I was like, this is like. It was so dumb. Like you literally would just sit there, aim at a wall, and just try to shoot somebody across the map. Or if you played with perks, you'd have one man army, so you just throw nades all the time. And I remember it was just dumb, like thinking back on it. But man, I thought it was so fun. Like it got me into it, because I'm like, it's just gunfights. Like it's just like if I'm better than them or smarter than them, I'll win.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, I'm on my singles page. I think I went 76 and like 8. I want to say.
That's good.
Like I was just grinding that, bro. Like it was like I loved it. And then that's when I was like, you want to know what? Like, I'm going to start playing, like, the regular stuff. So I started hitting up my boy Alex and Andrew again. And that's when I got really into, like, hardcore S&D. Like, that's what they played. So we played hardcore S&D GBs forever. Like, we probably played, like, hundreds of matches. And I remember I played with them for a long time. And then my cousin, he ended up playing with us, too. So it was called Kill at Will. So we called it was like CAW.
Okay.
I remember and I give a lot of credit to them. Like honestly, why I feel like I was good, or like I was really good when I was young, because like those guys, it was kind of funny thinking back on it. Like they're just like, you know, S&D, hardcore S&D players, but they were really big on like communicating and stuff. They were like, communication is key. Like if we want to win, we got to be talking. Like we gotta know what's going on. And I remember we were just good. Like we were just like, we weren't. It's not like we were like better gun skill or anything like that. These people probably, but we just had better teamwork than a lot of people. And I remember I played with them forever though. Like that was like the start of it. Like MW2, I played with them like all throughout that, and then going into Black Ops 1. That's when I still played with them all the time, but that was when I kind of started branching off a little bit more.
Okay. And
that was the year that I like really decided I wanted to like play competitive. Like that was when it was like, okay, I want to try to go pro now.
Yeah.
Because I remember, and like I said, in MW2 we played hardcore S&D only, and I remember we made playoffs. And when you made playoffs, you had to play variant, and we played demo. And dude, we like we did not know how to play these guys in this. Like they were just way better than us. And I thought it was cool though. I was like, man, like they actually play this other stuff. Like that's awesome. And then I was when Black Ops 1 came out, and dude, I was like, like competitive in that game just was smooth. Like I liked the FAMAS, like I liked the 74U. And so, dude, I watched like every event that year, every single event I would watch. And I remember just playing, and I would copy people like JCap, like he had the blue teal X, like bro, I would throw that on. I thought it was like, I was like, bro, I'm the GOAT. Like I'm using the GOAT's reticle. Like, you know what I mean? Like I throw on his stuff. Like he's like the main person I really remember. Was like I remember I always wanted to play like Cap. Like I was like, this guy's like he's different.
Cap was goaty. He was goaty. Shout out to Cap, man.
And then so Cap was like probably like one of the first like people I really like looked up to. And then but Black Ops 1 was the year when I found out about like GB forums and stuff too.
Yeah.
So so back then, like, dude, GB forums used to be popping, bro. You could go in there every single day. There was eights, there was like tryouts for teams, there was anything, bro. Like you could do anything. And I remember I had a friend, a buddy, Xbox at the time had a deal where you could get like 4 Xbox accounts for like a year or two for like $100.
Okay.
And I remember I had a buddy who did that deal, so he gave me one of his like extra accounts.
Okay.
So I remember during Black Ops 1, I was really loyal, bro. Like Alex and Andrew, like those were my guys, bro. Like I could not leave them. Like they were like my brothers.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wanted to keep playing when they weren't on, so I would join like these pickup like eights or anything like that, play that, and then I would join tryouts because I was like, I want to see if I'm good enough to like join these other teams, like you know.
Yeah, I did.
Bro, I would join tryouts, bro, and I would smoke the lobby, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, like absolutely smoke the lobby, and then they'd be like, want to pick me up at the end? I'm like, nah, bro, I can't leave my team. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I was just trolling you. But then, Bro, it got bad though, bro. Like it got really bad when it like when I would. That's what I was talking about. My friend though is he had the other account, right?
Hmm.
So I would literally I made another GB account named the account was called 4Guy, and I made another GB account called 4Guy Everything. And after I would like leave like the tryouts or whatever, I would join up again if they did another tryouts on the other account, like on 4Guy, and I would play again. And they would at the end again, they would ask me, bro, like I would smoke the lobby again. And they'd be like, bro, you want to join the team? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I can't, bro. I just don't got the time. Like, I can't.
Just seeking, bro.
Like, for real, yeah. Like, I was just wanting to grind and play like stuff, but like, I was just doing whatever. And I liked playing the tryouts because people would go hard. Like, that was when you were getting like people were trying to make the team. So I'm like, this is good practice. Like, I'm gonna, you know. And so I remember I did that all throughout Black Ops 1. I would just like play eights, play with my friends. And I remember that summer I spent it was like a weird time in my house a little bit. So me and my cousin shared a room.
Okay.
And I remember that whole summer, bro. I stayed with my dad, and so me and my cousin shared that room. It was the same cousin that I played with in MW2. So like me and him just played Black Ops 1 all day, like just duos, like playing like through the whole summer. I remember we watched the I think it was Anaheim when Fear did really well. I don't know if they won it or if they got second.
I think they either won. No, I think they won. Yeah, I think they got second. I think they won Raleigh.
Yeah,
I think Fear won Raleigh and Pat won Anaheim, I think.
Yeah, because I remember they got second. I want to say it was something. I know they did really good, but I was a big fan of Fear because, bro, like that's one player I've always been a fan of is John, bro. Like, I thought John was good. So like Fear and Moho, I was a really big fan of Moho back in the day.
Moho was that guy.
Yeah, like dude, like he was like the original movement guy, bro. Like Moho jump, all that stuff.
He was, bro.
So I remember I was a big fan of them, and like I said, JCap too. So I would watch them, and then I remember at the time that was when Scump, that was like his first event, I think, Anaheim. I remember he won that event with Pat. I want to say the
Seth's first event was Dallas.
Was it Dallas?
Yeah, he won. Okay. Yeah, they won with Bobby.
Did they win with Bobby?
Yeah, they won with Bobby.
I was about to say because I remember did Seth win? Seth won one event with them. I don't remember what it was, but I want to say it was maybe they get placed 12.
They won Anaheim. They won Anaheim for sure.
So
LVG won Anaheim for sure. I'm like,
maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe Seth wasn't on there yet.
Oh, Anaheim was later in the season.
Yeah. So maybe maybe it wasn't then yet. Because I remember, I just remember them winning, and I was like, man, I want Fear to win. Like that's all. I just remember being bummed. Yeah. I was like, damn, I really wanted them to win.
Yeah.
But I remember like, that was like the first event I really watched, and I was like, man, I want to compete. Like I want to play. Like watching my favorite team get like second was like, I'm like, dude, these guys like.
Yep, you're right. You're right. So LVG won. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Aches, TP, Scump, and Proofy. That was when they got Proofy. They were like God Squad, bro. Yeah, Proofy was shooting.
Proofy was
Proofy was the factor, bro. They got Proofy and they just started shooting, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Fear got second. It was Assassin, John, Fizz, RIP Fizz, and Twizzini.
Yeah. I remember I was just a big fan of Fear, and like I said, I was a fan of Mo, so I was like, that's his team. And like I said, John and Fizz, bro. I remember he just did stuff that nobody else did, dude. Like didn't he use like a Silence for Moss, like scavenger nades?
Remember that one fucking what was the one map where he used a silent spaz, bro? It was like a snow map. Bro, I remember him using
Summit.
Was it? It was either Summit. What was that other snow map for S&D though? You know what I'm talking about? Where like you ran up the stairs and there was like a hallway. And there was another staircase on the other side. I swear, I just remember like Fizzer like in that one bomb site with a fucking shotgun, bro. And I'm like, yo, I gotta run this shotgun. I gotta run a silent spaz, bro. No bullshit. Yeah,
I remember, like I said, I remember watching them, dude. And I was so inspirational because, like I said, like John was a really young kid, dude. Like he was so young, and I remember, like I said, Fizz was really new. Like they just picked him up, and I was like, dude, these guys, like, they're doing it, bro. I'm like, look at John. I'm like, he's doing this right now. Like,
It was Grid, like, by the way.
Yeah.
Grid, bro. Grid S&D might be underrated, bro. And Hanoi S&D might be. Yo, Hanoi, Havana, they low-key had some maps in that game, bro. Hanoi, Havana
CTF.
Havana CTF was godlike. That was like the best. That might be best CTF map ever because it was actually fast paced. Like it would be like 5-4 or like 7-3. Like you could actually like put people in a dirty trap.
Yeah, I was about to say I loved it because you could do that. Like you could, like, it could be a close game, but you could also just smoke somebody, bro. You could just spawn trap them all game. And Yeah, I remember. Like I said, that was like the first event I watched with my cousin. And me and him were. I was young still. And my cousin was in high school, and we were like, dude, this is so sick. Like, these guys are playing for video games for money, bro. We can do that. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how serious my cousin took it. Like he was a little bit older, had more stuff going on than me.
Yeah.
But like for me, I was like, dude, like this is all I want to do. Like this is all in my mind. And so I remember after Black Ops 1, that was when MW3 came out, right? Yeah.
MW3 was just like, we could talk over that quickly. Did you ever play like a Viking Cup?
Maybe. I played a lot of stuff, bro, back in the day.
You don't remember the Viking Cups?
Nah,
I know for a fact all the
MW3
people you, my bad. I know for a fact all the people you like teamed with after. I like beat Troy and like Steven Diabolic and like my first ever Viking Cup win. Like I know all the people you play with, they were playing them shits. You know what I'm saying?
That's like one thing I don't really remember Viking Cups. For me, okay. MW3, it was because I was like speaking of it, so like that was like the first year that I would say I really competed. Like it was like because that was the first year I left my friends. So this is like kind of how my competitive career really started, was in this game. So like I said, I watched Black Ops 1. I thought the game was like awesome. I thought it was amazing. Like I was like, I want to do that. Like I said, I was really big fan of like Assassin too. You brought him up. I'm like, Assassin was the beast.
Assassin was him.
Yeah,
Assassin was him.
Robert Cat Assassin Walsh, man. I used to watch his videos all the time. But I remember, like I said, Assassin, like the whole Fear team. Honestly, I just like I thought there was just like I thought it was the coolest branding, the coolest team, and my cousin loved it too. So it was like something we bonded over. And yeah, like going into MW3, I was like, man, like I really want to do this, but like I don't think my teammates like care as much. Like, I don't think Alex or Andrew really want to like take it to the next level or do the stuff. Or maybe if they I think Alex might have wanted to, but like Andrew was kind of like done. And then I just remember during MW3 we would scrim and stuff like at times. And then one day we ran into a team called OVN. It was Overthrown back then. And we ran into somebody named Schmanged, but later on he changed his gamertag to Gucci.
Oh, but, Gucci! Shout out Gucci, bro. Gucci fans. All right, bet.
So I remember we scrimmed them, dude, and he actually I don't even think he was on that team yet. I just remember his name was Schmang though, and I was like, he was he's the funniest guy ever, bro. Like he doesn't care like how people like perceive him and stuff. So like he could be a clown, he could be a jokester, like he'll make funny faces, whatever, like do funny dances, like he don't care. And he just likes to live life. So like it was funny though. I remember we played them, and then he added me after. I was like, yeah, this guy's good, I'll add him. And I didn't think he was like anything special at the time, like we played them and it was like even maps. And I remember after that he joined my party. Our party was open. We team scrimmed them, and he joined my party after, and he said he's like, bro, sketch on your team. Like leave your team and join my team, bro. Like let's play. Like let's do it.
In the
like,
party.
With my teammates in the call with me in the party. And I remember, bro, we just started all dying laughing, bro, because like this guy, like his tone of voice is like, it sounds like funny, like it sounds like he's like playing a joke sometimes.
Yeah, it sounds like he's trolling.
So, yeah, so I was like, yo, you got to be messing around, bro. Like no way. He's like, nah, bro, I'm serious. Like I want you to team with me. Like I want to play with you. Like you're really good. And I was like, nah, man, I can't leave my boys. Like these are like I'm playing with them forever. Like these, like
Yeah.
And I remember we kept playing a bit, and then after like a little while went on, and we played them again, and he had a different team. I think that's when he got on OVN now. And I remember we played them again. They smoked us, bro. Like I'm telling you, like it wasn't even close. And again, after the scrim was over, he joined my party again. He said, "Yo, I want to play with you. Like I want you to join my team." And I was like, I remember sitting there. I was like, yo, they smoked us, boys. Like I really thought about it. Like I told him no at the time still. Like I really didn't want to do it, but I thought about it some more. And I remember I talked with Alex a bit, and I was like, because I remember at the time that's when Andrew was like quitting, and then Alex was like, yeah, bro, I think I'm gonna start doing my own thing too. Like like we don't really have time to play all the time.
Yeah.
Because at this point they're getting older. Like they're graduating in high school now, and like they're trying to figure out like college and stuff, like their life. And so me at that time, I'm like 13, 14. And so I told him, I was like, all right, like I'll join your team. Like I'll play with you guys. And that's when like, he's like my godfather, like literally like my duo for life pretty much. Like I remember that guy, he asked me to join his team, Gucci, and I did it. And ever since I played with him, like the story goes on, bro. Like I played with him forever after that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
like,
that's how I figured out who you were, was like when you were playing with him on Hex P.
yeah,
You guys were like the best AM team. Like at
yeah,
the beginning of BO2, you guys were like literally the best AM team. It was like you, him, Tipsy, and I don't remember.
J Hill. Yeah, we had a guy named John at the beginning of the game.
What was his name? What was his name?
J Hill.
Oh, J Hill. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the white guy. Okay. Yeah, that was a team. All right, man. Yeah. Didn't you guys go pro first event?
No, we got top 12. So
That's
technically
pro
just short of
nowadays. That's nowadays. That's pro. Back
yeah,
then,
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, that nowadays top 12 pro. So I mean, it depends on
That's
how
true.
you view it, type shit. But I mean, I remember that top 12 was like really like that was typical.
It meant a lot, yeah.
Yeah, that was typical.
It meant a lot.
Like that's typical from like not going from nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I found out about you.
Yeah, so that's where HexP started. Honestly, like was in MW3. That was So in MW3, it was me, Gucci, what's it called? Me, Gucci, J Hill, and we had a guy named Chise back then. His name was Franchise. And
I know him.
Yeah, dude, he was good. Franchise was really good back in the day. I thought he could have been like a pro, but I remember we played with him. Like we stuck together, like me, Gucci, J Hill, Chise. Like we played all through MW3 when I joined them. So I joined them about, I want to say like maybe like May. It was before the summer, I want to say. And I remember we played a lot. Like we just played every day. I remember I tweet out for best of nines every single day. And we'd play CTF and Search, like just scrims, like for nothing.
Yeah, for nothing.
Yeah. And I remember we play, and then I remember at the end of the game we finally felt like confident. Like we felt like we were really good. Like I think what it was though was so this is why this is like another part of my story that I guess like helped me go pro. It was like my first time playing against a pro team was in MW3. So we played at the time it was Fear, and so it was Killa. So we played, it was Killa, John, Mir, and maybe Twiz or somebody. Maybe they had a fill-in, I want to say. But they played us. So originally it was their whole team at first. We finally got a scrimmage. It was like the end of the game of MW3.
Yeah.
And I remember they were preparing for EGL or something. Like they were a good team. They were a pro team.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like they finally, I don't know if we tweeted them or if we were looking for a scrim or something, but I hit up I remember we got a scrim against them somehow. We got into a lobby against them, and we were really, really good at MW3. Like I thought we were the best AM team at the end of that game too.
Yeah.
Or one of them, if not the best. And I remember we played them on Dome, and that was our bread and butter, bro. Like we had that map down to a T. Like I would get in the spawn trap. I would spawn trap them every time on bottom bunker.
Yeah.
Like it was like guaranteed. And I remember we played them, bro. Instantly started off the game with 3 caps. Instantly 3 caps against them, and they ended the game. And that's why I said I think somebody on their team was like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna play them. Like I'm not wasting my time or something. Like they were complaining about host or something.
Oh, okay.
And so like I said, it started off 3-0 for us. Like we were smoking them, and then Killa wanted to play. Like shout out Slaws, bro. Like he's like for real. Like he's like the I credit him for like this a bit because I remember he wanted to keep playing us. Like he thought we were good. He wanted to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that was when Mir joined. I don't know if Mir was even on their team yet. So Mir played with them as a fill-in, I think. So that was the first time I ever saw Mir. Like that was the first time I ever played against Mir or anything like that. It was MW3. And I remember it was like I said, it was Killa, John, and Mir for sure. And I don't remember who their fourth was. But I remember we played them again on their host, and we beat them. Like we beat them like I think the same thing again. We started whooping their ass off the break.
Yeah.
But it ended up being like 4-2 or something maybe. I remember we played them the whole scrim. We ran it. I think we ran it once, and then we played a couple maps again. Then they got off. But I remember after I was like, "Yo, Sloss, like, can you add me?" And he sent me a friend request. Like I literally still have the picture, like to this day, of Sloss sending me a friend request back then, bro. I was like, it was the first pro I ever added.
Yeah.
And like shout out Sloss, man. Like he was for real. Like he was like, I was like, dude, I got a pro on my friends list, bro. I remember just throwing down. And that's when like speaking of that though, it's kind of funny because that's what got me into like some lobbies with people. So it motivated me some more after that because like I said, we played them, we scrimmed them, we were feeling really confident. So we entered a tournament, and I remember it was an AM tournament, and AM tournaments back then, like you could get paid like hundreds.
Bro, I won 500, bro. My first ever AM tourney. Yep, 500 each. It was a 2v2 tourney.
Yep. So we were pretty pumped about that. So we were like, let's do it. Like we can win this shit, bro. Like we're the best. Like that's what we were thinking. I remember we won it and it was like 400 each, I want to say. And like that it's crazy. That money comes back later because it helped me like travel to my first event.
Yeah.
Because it took forever to get.
Yeah. It took yeah.
So it's at the end of MW3. I remember we won that, and I remember I had to get a check and everything. And that was when MW3 ended, and then people started like old pros started playing Black Ops 1, like they were playing that again. And this is what like really motivated me to get better. It was I remember I joined this like Sloss, like he knew me, right? So like he's like, yeah, you could join up. And I remember joining this lobby with all of these pros, dude. Like every like think of like the main pros like that were really talkative back then, like Nameless, all them, like they were there. Like I remember just sitting in that call, just like, or like just in the game chat. It was game chat back then, but like, damn, like I'm really in here. Like I'm trying to play 8s, you know, like I'm trying to play with these guys. Yeah. And I remember, dude, I didn't get picked for like 3 sets in a row. I watched every single map, and I didn't get picked. I never got picked that night. But I remember I watched the whole night, and I was like, these guys don't even know, bro. I was like, these guys don't even know I'm so good. Like that's all I kept thinking. I was like, these guys don't even know how good I am. Like they really don't. Like they think like. I decided like motivation, just watching, just like I want to be good, like I want to be like these guys.
Yeah.
And so like that's when like Black Ops 2 came out, and then yeah, we had Hex P at the beginning, and like we won a tournament. It was actually a tournament to get sponsored by them. So Hex P ran a tournament to get sponsored by them to get funding or whatever to be their COD team. And I remember we won the tournament, so we got like some prize money and some stuff, and then they sponsored us after that.
Damn.
But I think for the first event, I think they only paid for our team pass and hotel. We had to get to our travel and stuff because it was, I mean, that was like 2013. Yeah. It was really young.
Yeah.
But so yeah, let me get into that a bit. So Hex P, yeah, that was like we went from Overthrown or OVN to Hex P after that because that was our team. And then when we joined Hex P, that's when I was actually Amazon back then. I used to go by Amazon. I was like literally, I spelled it AMUHZON for all of MW3 until the very end when I changed my gamer tag to.
How do you spell it?
AMUHZON.
Oh, okay. I remember that. Yeah. All right. What the fuck? That was you?
Yeah. So I remember that was. The only reason why I made that my gamer tag too is because my cousin, he used to make gamer tags all the time back in the day. He would change all the time. Yeah. And I'm not like the most creative person, so I was like, "What do you think I should change it to?" He's like, "Bro, bro, you got to do this. It's tough, like it's sick." And I was like, "All right, like I'll do it." And it was before like Amazon was like a book service back then, bro. Like it wasn't even what it is today. So like it was funny, like thinking back, like that was just my gamer tag.
Yeah.
But then I remember dude, it was so dumb. We were idiots. We were just kids. Another thing too, at the end of it, we changed our team name to like Hub Kids or something like that, and we all changed our gamer tags. So my gamer tag went from Amazon OVN to MJ Chino. That's when I started going by that. And then like they all changed theirs, like J Hill, and then his was Gucci, and then like that's how like we kind of got all our new gamer tags, like for real.
What the fuck?
And so, yeah. And so from then we joined Hex P, and then on Hex P I just shortened it to just Chino because that's what everybody always called me anyway.
Yeah.
So that's when like I was Chino, and then Gucci, and then J Hill, and then we had Chise at the beginning too. So Chise is on our roster actually. So from MW3 to Black Ops 2, we still had franchise with us.
Okay.
And then I think we played Frag Cup. It was the first Frag Cup we played against, and dude, I still have like memories, like haunting memories to this day about that tournament because we ended up playing Complexity for like top 32 or top 16 in the Frag Cup, and I remember we were beating them, bro. We were beating them on slums, but we couldn't kill Fears, bro. That was when Fears was on the roster. We couldn't kill him off the back heady. Like he was just, but it wasn't like he wasn't farming me. He was farming my teammates, bro. Like my teammates would just run. Like they would not stop going. Like that's how they played. And dude, he was farming them, and he literally got a VSAT on us, and they ended up winning, like coming back and winning because he got a VSAT.
Damn.
I'm like, bro, they got an advanced UAV on me. What am I like?
Yeah,
I'm dead.
Yeah. They literally know where you are. Your every move.
Yeah. So I remember we lost CTF on slums, and then we lost Express S&D like 6-5 or 6-4. And I remember I was so heartbroken, bro. I was like, dude, like that. Like they were one of the best teams. I'm like, we should have beat them. Like that should have been us. Like, why do we have to play them in a best of 3? Like, why do we have to play them so early? Like, it was just random seeding too, I think. So it was, or like they had seeding, we didn't. So it was like we just got unlucky draw, and I'm like, damn, bro, like that was it. Like this was a tournament to prove ourselves, like early on. And I remember I was really, really upset about that. And then we after that, Chais decided to quit playing. He went to the military, I think, or the army or something.
Oh, okay.
He was like, yeah, I don't wanna compete anymore. Like I'm gonna do this for my life and stuff. I haven't actually spoken to him since then. It's kind of weird. I feel like I'm pretty good contact with people, but that guy kind of really disappeared after that.
He just disappeared, right? He said, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah, like I don't like he never got back on his account, like nothing really. Like he didn't like hit us up. And so that was when it's funny because that's when we found Tipsy, right? But we knew Tipsy because he teamed with Steven. So he was on like I think a Florida squad or something. So it was like Tipsy, Steven. They might have had Ibra at the time, and then somebody else from that area. Like it was a whole group of them, kind of like they were just like, they play together. And I remember we scrimmed them and we played them, and I was like, dude, Tipsy's good, bro. Like, we should pick up this guy. And we asked him to join. He left instantly. He was like, yeah, bro. He's like, yeah, dude. I'll join you guys. Like for real. Like you guys are like we're good.
Yeah.
Like, we're the best. Like everybody thought we were the best. So yeah, we picked up Tipsy, and then from there, that's when we kind of took off. I remember we kind of broke up for a little bit because I couldn't go to what's it called? I couldn't go to UMG. I think it was Chicago at the beginning of that year.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, my parents wouldn't let me travel, so like I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it to Dallas. I remember thinking that at the time. I was like, I can't travel. And my parents literally have told me no. And shout out Gucci though too for I forgot about this, but in Black Ops 2 we broke up for a little bit too because he wanted to go. He could go to events and I couldn't.
Yeah.
So he went to Anaheim, and that's when he got his first pro placing. He played with Ricky, Study, and Ego.
Okay.
Yeah, Ricky, Study, and Ego. Ego funded that whole team out there, and they got top 8.
Oh, I remember that team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I was nervous. After that team was over because I thought he was gonna try to pick up Ricky over me, or like he was gonna try to team with Ricky or something. And I was like, man, I don't even know if he's gonna come back with those boys. Like I think he might just he'd take off from this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember that was a team. I remember I wanted to team with Study in that game really bad. I never got to team with him in that game. But I remember, so going into BO2, we or after BO2 going into, or no, we're not BO2 yet, right?
Wait, no, we're still in BO2. When did you go pro in BO2?
BO2, okay. So no, yeah. So that's all right. I got too far ahead of myself.
How you went pro in BO2.
So Gucci left us later on in BO2. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. So yeah, so we broken up. So because he was trying to go to Chicago, and then we got back together because we were gonna go to Dallas. And this is like a funny story. Is me and Lamar, I remember back then we used to have beef with each other because like if I was like, I remember I would quit a lot. I'd be like, oh, my internet's like shit. Like I can't play, guys. I'm sorry, I'm holding you back.
Yeah.
And so Lamar would take my spot, and then I'd be like, yo, I'm ready to play again. And Gucci was my best friend, so he'd be like, yo, you're back on the team. So Lamar would get dropped. Like it was just like it was either Lamar or there was another guy I think named Gunner or something like that. And so like they would play with either one of them if I wasn't like playing.
Okay.
And I remember me and Lamar, but we used to argue with each other, and it's funny. Like Lamar, like people think Lamar used to talk shit, bro. But, like they never knew young Lamar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like that guy was like he'll flex on you instantly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's accuracy, by the way.
Accuracy. Yeah. And like so, I remember going in like after that. Accuracy was supposed to play with them at Dallas, but they didn't believe that that he could travel. They didn't believe that like whatever he said was real. It was probably due in part to me being like, I want to play with you guys again too. Like, it's probably like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think Gucci was my best friend. Like I said, like he'd always play with me over anybody.
Yeah.
So I remember I joined them for Dallas, and this is like my cousin. I was like, bro, like the only way I can go is if you come with me. Like that's like I think that's the only shot I got. And I remember my cousin, we were getting ready, or like I didn't know if I could actually go to Dallas until like 2 days before I actually left.
Damn.
So I kept telling my team, I'm like, yeah, bro, like I can go, like I'm gonna go. Like it's for sure, like it's locked in. And I remember we kept playing, kept practicing, and my cousin just wasn't getting back to me. I'm like, bro, like can you take me? Like, are we like, like he was like, yeah, like it should be good. And then I think he was trying to get off work or something too.
Okay.
So it was like a little deal like that where he was trying to like get time off, but also not trying to, you know, like ruin his funds too, I guess.
Yeah, right.
And I just remember he finally told me, he's like, yeah, bro, we could do it. And then I got my GB check. Like, I remember I was waiting on my GB check too. I was like, it was March at this point, and we won the tournament in like November. I'm like, bro, it's coming. It's coming. It says it's coming. Like, it's gonna be here before I leave. And I opened up my bank account that like when I first got that check, like, that was like everything. Like, I remember that was like the first time I got it. And then my mom gave me it was pure luck too at the time. The event landed on the same weekend that my family was going to Disneyland. So instead of like, you know, spending money on me going there, she gave me, I think, like $500. She was like, here, I'm going to give you, like, you know, since you're not coming to Disneyland with us, you know, you and your cousin are going out there. Like, I want to make sure you guys, you know, have enough
to eat food and shit.
Shout out, yeah. Shout out my mom for real. Like,
shout out mom.
Like, I remember, like, it was crazy. Like, we did it. I remember I had my money in my bank account. I had the money my mom gave me, and I was like, I think I ordered a scuff with the money. Like, when I got back home, I ended up ordering a scuff.
Yeah.
Because it was funny. At my first event, I didn't play with the scuff. Like, everybody else did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And I remember everybody accused me of playing with them back in the day because I was so fast at moving my finger. Like, you gotta have a scuff. I'm like, no, bro. Like, I'm telling you, I don't. I'm like, I promise you, I don't. I'll show you in person. And yeah, I remember that was me and my cousin. We drove 13 hours to Dallas, and we met up with my teammates there. The first time I ever met all of them in person. Like, it was surreal, bro. I was like, wow.
It's so crazy how, like, not to cut you off. It's so crazy how, like, obviously, like, we want to make this about you, but our shit is like so similar. Like, I didn't have that was my first event too, and I didn't have stuff. Like, all type of shit. Like, we both started playing the MW2 basically in GB's hardcore S&D. Like, I literally did the same shit you did. Like, I remember I came home from that event, got a scuff, and like the FAL was still the meta. So I got like a hot glue gun. I didn't have trigger stops, and I like put dots on the back of my trigger, and they would wear off. Like, if I like started pressing it too fast, the glue would just fly across the fucking room or wherever. Like, that's the type of shit we were doing, bro. Like you go. I just wanted to chime in real quick.
No, you're good. Yeah. It was funny though. Like, thinking back on it though, at that event, I didn't ever like. I remember like a lot of the top people used the FAL. Yeah. But then there was like. But then, like, the people who were also really good, like, didn't use it. So I was like, bro, I remember I thought it was cheese. I'm like, I'm not using this gun, bro. Like, I'm not, like, it's so, like, because it was, like, there was, like, GAs, but not really GAs. So, like, people would, like, it was kind of like people would, like, agree to use the M8 sometimes. Or, like, it was kind of more like a respect thing, I would say. Like, I thought of it, at least. Yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna use the M8. Like, I feel like the FAL is, like, super cheese. Like, thinking back on it, I should have just used the FAL because I had a really fast trigger finger. Like, I've always been able to shoot it really fast. So I was like, damn, I should have just did that.
My shit was horrendous, bro. That's why I had the hot glue gun, bro. My shit was so bad, bro.
Because I remember, like, even if I would use, like, I remember I would use it, and people, like, when I did use it occasionally, like, if people got me mad, I remember I would use it at it, like if people use it at me, I'm like, this guy's not better than me, bro. You're just using this gun. Yeah. So I remember I had a class with it, bro, and you could use rapid fire if you wanted, like the full auto, but it wasn't like it was faster if you knew how to press it faster. Yep. So I remember people would accuse me of having like an aim or like a what is it, like the modded controller?
Yeah, the modded trigger, whatever the fuck. Yeah.
I remember people would accuse me of. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I'm telling you, like it's like I could just shoot it really fast. I'm like, I just think it's cheese. Like I think it's dumb. I'd rather use like the M8. And then, but yeah, we played at that event, got top 12, and I remember we lost to Fear, and that was a heartbreaking one, dude. I remember we won. I think we won the first hard point, but we were just not a good. Like we were okay at search. Like I would say I was probably our best search player because like I was the only one who really played it. Like they loved respawn. Yeah. Like my teammates were probably like the first. Like Gucci was probably the first like respawn player to like you know, you play respawn and want to go pro. Like everybody else went from search to playing pro. Respawn. Yeah. Like he was like straight to respawn to like this is it. Like this is my stuff. And I remember we just didn't have it down. And CTF was like our hit or miss mode. Like if I didn't go off, like we would probably lose CTF. Yeah. And I remember we played them on that map and we lost to overtime. And oh man, it sucked, bro. I was so sad. Like, you could probably still find it to this day of us losing overtime. I was like, damn. And then map 4, I don't remember if we lost or won map 4. I know we either lost game 4 or game 5, but I remember just being like, I was like, damn, bro, like we could have beat them. Like that's all like that was like early on for me. It was like we could beat these people. Like I know we can. And then we beat one team. I think it was Burns' team at the time. Yeah, I think we beat Burns' team. And then after that we played against Rambo's team. So Envy was Envy. I think it might have been Envy at the time.
Rambo was Envy. Yes, Proofy, J-Cap, Stainville.
Yeah, I think we played them for top 8. I think it was top 8. And I remember Rambo had the Akimbo Rafikas or Akimbo, one of the pistols, bro. Maybe it was Caps, bro, but he was just like, we couldn't do anything. He was laying in the prone in the hill, just unstoppable. And I remember we lost to them, and I was like, you know, they're no, it wasn't them. It was Fizz's team. It was actually Fizz's team. It wasn't Envy. We didn't play Envy. We played Complexity. And I remember one of them was using it.
Fizz's team was Nameless, Liar, and Twiz.
Yeah, I think maybe it was one of them. I think we lost to them actually, but I want to say one of them was using it, and I was like, dude, it's just like, I can't, like, it's so cheese. Like, there was so much cheese stuff, like sentry guns, all that stuff back in the day. It's crazy thinking back on it. Like, we played at the first event, and it was just like, it was fun. Like, it really was fun thinking back on it, but it's crazy. Like, that game could have been perfect. I mean, it ended up being perfect later on, but
yeah, yep.
Then yeah, I remember I was pretty heartbroken about that because Scump, he was 17, right, and he was able to play at that champs, and yep. Gucci was 17, and if we got top 8, like, all my teammates would have gone to champs, and I remember being sad. Like, I was really sad for him. I was like, that's what I was playing for. I was like, I know I can't go, but I wanted them to make it.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, that happened, and, you know, we kind of went on, and we were a team for a bit longer, and I didn't want to, like, after that, I think we dropped J Hill. Yeah, we dropped J Hill after that event, and then trying to think of, like, where we really went after that, because I know, like I said, we didn't go to Anaheim together, because that's when Gucci had left. Like I said, he played with Ricky, Study, and Ego, and I think the next event
was
after
Anaheim,
that I went to,
or UMG.
Yeah, UMG Dallas. I want to say it was UMG Dallas. That was the next event I went to.
Okay.
I think there might have been, like, an event after that I didn't, like, another couple events I didn't go to.
Okay.
But Dallas was close, and that was actually the first event I had a sponsor. Like, so I remember. No, I did go to Black Ops 2 Anaheim. Now that I remember, that was my worst placing in that game because I went with a friend. That was the first time one of my friends flew me out. His name's Adrian. Shout out him. If you guys are old, like, if you guys are old COD heads, you guys might know him. He used to do a lot of used to stream a lot. If you guys used to watch a lot of, like, old streams on Game Battles, he spells it AYDREN, and he used to just, like, he was my guy. I knew him a long time too, but from MW3 I knew him, and I remember he would compete, but he was like, you know, he wasn't like anything crazy. He just liked playing Search.
Yeah.
I remember he lived in California, and Anaheim was going to be his last event, and he was like, bro, if I fly you out, will you play with me? Like, you know. And he was also on another he was on a team with my friend named Josh at the time, who I was like one of my boys who I thought was really good. I thought he could have probably, like, maybe been like semi-pro or gotten into, like, you know, the top 8ish. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'll play with you guys. Like, I can't pay for my flight or nothing, but I'll go. And he's like, yeah, I'll pay for it, bro. Like, you just come to our hotel, play with us. Like, you know, like I said, I was like, I knew this guy for a while. I knew my boy Josh. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, you know, I'll go to Anaheim. Like, I've never been. And dude, I remember, like, it's like you would not be able to survive how I did in Anaheim. Like, thinking back on it now, bro, like, I remember I went to that event, and my mom used to give me like $100 to go to events. So I was like, dude, think about me. Like, I have, like, whatever money. I probably had nothing. And then, like, I went to Anaheim with $100, bro.
Yeah.
I remember telling my teammates, I was like, dude, I don't know, like, what's gonna happen. And I got to Anaheim, and shout out, actually, like I said, my first teammate Alex, he lived in Cali, so I was the one I first met him too. So my boy back in MW2 that I played GBs with picked me up from the airport, him and my friend Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time I met them. Like, my first ever teammates, hung out with them that day. I remember I went through that. They drove me to the convention center. Shout out them, bro. For real. Like I said, I only had $100. And I remember I survived that the whole weekend. You know, we got top 32, I think. It was pretty fun, dude. We had to play open bracket split screens, dude. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, there was so many people. There was so many people in so little stations that you had to play split screen for, like, the first, like, 4 rounds of open bracket.
Yeah.
And Split screen's crazy, bro. I can't believe that. And I remember we had to do. My friend had some cool clutches, but like I said, we got like top 32, and he was just happy. He was like, "Man, we got like that was so worth it, bro. Like it was just like this fun. Like I'm glad we were able to do it." And I remember I didn't know how I was gonna get to the airport. I'm like, well, let's figure this out. And shout out my boy Alex again, bro. He let me stay the night at his house because we didn't even have a hotel for Sunday either. So he picked me up and I stayed at his house in Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay.
Shout out that place. It's all, I only remember it because of him. Like, it's such a crazy name, but I remember I stayed at his house, and then our friend Breland, he didn't play with us. He was just a boy that hung out with us in parties. He drove me to the airport the next day, and yeah, Breland, shout out Breland, man. And like I said, I got there, and then the next event I was able to go to was Dallas, and that was when it was me, Gucci, Tipsy, and we picked up Groundser, and we got, I think, top 12 again. We got first rounded actually, like because it was, I don't think there was like
Shills.
No, it wasn't Shills because we Shills was on our team. No, he was on our team. He sketched like the day of the event or like the day before.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was on our team the whole time, but he had like, I remember he was getting shit on.
Crazy.
Like he was getting shit on, bro, like bad. Like I remember, and he was like, dude, he couldn't play good with us. I don't know what it was. He couldn't play good with us, and maybe it was like a clash of personalities too. He was kind of like we were very like talkative, open, like he was kind of more quiet. So maybe like he just didn't fit in. But I remember he sketched on us to play with he ended up winning the event, like because Complexity didn't go. So he joined the team that won the event. It was like
silly, didn't he?
Yeah, like Dito and them. And
I remember that shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, so he literally won the event, and I was like, fuck.
He had John, bro. John must have been carrying. John and Phil. Dito and Shills.
Yeah, so I remember, we got first rounded. And I was so mad because we played on main stage for our first game, right? And we lost the hard point. We shouldn't have lost the hard point. And it was a best of 3. And dude, I remember we were playing them on Express S&D, and you could hear the commentators saying everything they said, like just calling out the whole game. Bro, I'll never forget it. I was defusing a bomb, and he's like, Chino's defusing the bomb, and you just see the guy run across the train and just shoot me.
It shoots you out the bomb. Damn.
I remember I was so mad, bro. I was like, I was like, dude, you heard him. I'm like, you clearly heard this guy. Like, don't try to like bullshit me. They fixed it after that. They literally fixed it after our match to where you couldn't hear the commentators for search anymore. So, but I was mad. I was really mad about that. But yeah, we ended up playing. We kept grinding and going, and then we got top 12. We ended up losing to Moch. We lost to Moch's team.
Okay.
And I think I beat Attach that event. We beat him for top 12. We beat Attach and some other people. Maybe Miyagi.
I want to see.
Yeah, let's say maybe. I think we played them before we lost to
Aries,
Moch.
Cali, Miyagi, Slasher.
Oh, it wasn't Attached. I know it was Slasher. Yeah, it was Slasher and them. I remember, yeah, Aries. Yeah. I remember Aries' dad talking crap to us, bro. Aries' dad was so mad because we were yelling at him because like that's all you did back in the day. Like you shit on somebody, you were gonna tell him.
Yeah.
And I remember Aries' dad was talking shit back to us, and after it was all jokes because we were all friends at the time. Like we've all been really close, like even since then. So like after it was over, I remember we were talking with him and his dad and stuff. I was like, bro, I really thought you were gonna fight us. Like, you were like, I really thought you were that mad. But yeah, I remember we did it. After that event though, we got, like we said, we lost to Moch, got top 12, and they literally dropped Groundser. Like my teammates were like, dude, we're dropping him right now. Like after we lost, like immediately after we lost. I was like, damn, all right. Like, I guess we're dropping you, bro. Like. So yeah, we dropped Groundser, and then
game was over.
The game was over.
So let's hold on before you go. Let's try to go a little bit faster with this part because I want to talk about AW a lot and World War II a lot.
Yeah, I was just gonna run through this
because you won events in World War II, so I want to spend some more time on that.
Yeah, I just wanted to like this is like where I was gonna.
Bro, go ahead. Do your thing. You've been doing a great job.
So so this is like I wanted to get to this part before I kind of like get it like more forward.
Okay.
Because this is like when I considered I first went pro. So
Okay.
I remember before Dallas, like before UMG Dallas ran BO2, we wanted to pick up Study. Like that was our first pick, but we didn't get him, and we ended up getting, like I said, we got Shills, and then after Shills left, we tried to get Study again. He wouldn't sketch, so that's when we picked up Groundzer.
Okay.
And then, like I said, we we played with him, got top 12 or whatever. And after, like that's what I said, my teammates, we dropped him right after we lost, pretty much. Like my teammates were telling me, and they were like, "Dude, like we need to pick up Study. Like this is like the guy we want to play with. Like this is the guy that's gonna fit our team."
Yeah.
And yeah, we Study was free. He joined us beginning of Ghost, and that's when so like I said, we got our first sponsorship was that tournament, and from there the company kind of like came one and they formed Justice. So that's how we became Justice.
Okay.
And yeah, so it was me, Gucci, Tipsy, and what's it called, Study. And dude, we were the most like toxic team ever at the beginning. Like at the beginning of Ghost, like we could not figure the game out. Like it was so different to BO2 and be like it was just like slower, you know, like we couldn't figure out how to like get it down. And I remember, dude, we were getting smoked and like all this stuff. And I remember shout out Rick, man, big snacks from Justice. That guy would watch our scrims and he's funny. I have a YouTube video actually of us like literally Study's brother in the back just yelling of like just like about homework or something, and Study yelling back at him like shut up, like I'm trying to play. And but yeah, we went to that event together, and first event of Ghost, UMG Columbus or MLG Columbus, and I remember we were playing, we were good, like we were doing good, and then we lost to Halo Kids, bro. We lost to
an open bracket.
Yes, so an open bracket, like round 3, round 4. I think we lost to maybe it was Ogre 2, Ace, Snipe Down. I want to say it was like those guys. Like it was like known Halo people.
Yeah.
Maybe not Ogre 2, but I want to say it was Snipe Down and Ace for sure. Like I knew they tried to play COD and they beat us. And dude, I remember our hotel was like probably like a car ride probably like 5-10 minutes away, like not far at all. But I remember we lost that match, bro, and I was me and Vaughn Tipsy. We were so mad. We started walking, and I don't know where my teammates went. Like I don't know where J Hill went. I don't know where what's it called, where Gucci went. My cousin or Study went. My bad.
Yeah.
Study. Yeah. I don't know where Study went. I didn't know where Gucci went. Like they you know, we lost and we were kind of like pissed off.
Yeah.
And I think they rode back to the hotel. Or maybe they got a ride together. But I remember me and Tipsy, like I'll never forget this, bro. Me and Tipsy, we walked back to our hotel, just us two. And on the way back to the hotel, bro, we were just talking. I'm like, dude, like we can do this, man. Like we can make a run, bro. Like we are so much better than like what we think we are, or how we're playing or anything like that. Like I remember just like we just kept talking to each other, hyping ourselves up. Like we were just like, dude, like this could be our, like we could do something, bro. Like we can't just give up. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, we may have lost to, like at the time, like losing to Halo Kids felt like the worst thing ever. Like I was like, dude, I'm ready to quit. Like,
yeah.
like, and I just remember me and him walked back to the hotel together, and there might have been other people with us. There might, like, you know, them, like, I don't know. I just remember talking to him and having like a good convo with him about it. Like, he really like it was like, I think honestly, if we didn't have that talk, we probably wouldn't have like done as what we did. I remember we walked back to the hotel, like we talked like the whole time, just trying to like, you know, like what do we need to do, like how do we need to like approach this to get better. And then I remember we went the next day, bro, and we were a different team, bro. I remember just telling him, like, I remember I started getting loud. I was like, I didn't like to yell, like that wasn't really my thing. But I started getting loud because like my teammates, I knew they needed it. Like Gucci was a hype player. Like he needed the hype. Same thing with like Tipsy. Like they fueled off of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember I just started getting loud, and they started, and Study too. So that's when like, you know, like there's clips of like Study and Gucci. They started screaming, bro. Like they both lost their voice that event because we just like, that's what we played off of, was hype. And that's how we figured out like we were good. Like that's when we like how we could play well. And so I remember we beat a European team for top 8, and I remember it was Study had one of the craziest clutches to this day. A 1v3 on Warhawk where he literally like he was stuck inside the fire barn. Back Warhawk, he had bombed down, stuck inside the fire bomb. Like he had no way of winning this round, and he clutched it, bro. And I remember it was the round before that though, like it was 4-4, right? Gucci's post alley. I think it's Moose. Moose is running mid street.
Okay.
Bro, I'm telling you, Gucci came up post alley. I'm like, yo, he's mid at the car. Boom, bro. Missed every bullet, bro. I'm telling you,
Oh, he
every
missed.
bullet.
Oh, I thought you said he fried him.
No, like boop, 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 boop. Missed every bullet. Got turned on, bro. He got turned on 4-4. So like 4-5. Study is in Fire Barn 1v3. My teammate just got turned on.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like what went wrong? And yeah, Study clutches it. We end up winning 5-5. So like we beat them. And then the next day we beat I think Dito's team. It was like the team that won the other event. We beat them for top 6. And then we beat I don't remember who we beat after that. I think it was another like pretty good team. Like it was another like known team.
Says you
Oh no,
beat Optic.
Oh yeah, we beat Optic for top 16. So that was before the European team.
Says you beat Optic, TCM, VQ, and Envy.
Yeah, so that's what it was. So we beat Optic. So that was for top 16. I remember we had a huge crowd behind us, bro. We beat them. That was the first like pro team we ever beat, and that was the event. I think JCap left after that event. I think Cap was on that team for that one, wasn't he? And I want to say it was.
He left. What event was he? Or what did you ask? I'm sorry.
No, MLG Columbus. When we played Optic, I think Cap was on that team, but we beat them.
He was.
Yeah, we beat them for top 16. I remember, and then he left. I want to say after that, or
probably
maybe Big Timer or something. It was something. It was one of them. I remember because I think Ricky played with them or something at the next event.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember we played them for top 16. We had a huge crowd behind us. I think I have a picture on my phone still of the crowd behind us. And yeah, that was the first team we beat. My cousin took a picture of that. And then, like I said, we beat TCM for top 8 and then VQ. And then we played MV on main stage and beat them. And I fried, bro. Like, I remember I dropped 20 and 1/2 a Dom. Like, I like legit, I have a screenshot somewhere of me having 20 and the rest of my teammates. Gucci is 4 and 16. Like, Tipsy's 5 and 13. Like, Study's like 9 and 15 or something. Like, and I just had 20, bro. Like, I was smoking them. I felt like, I'm telling you, that was the first event where I really truly felt like I felt like I could have won. Like, how good I was playing.
Yeah.
And it's funny, dude. I used the SC 2010. I think that whole event. Like, I really didn't use the Remington. I used the Remington on like the bigger maps, but like the SC 2010, I would use it like pretty much on every map besides that. But yeah, we went pro. We ended up placing 3rd, and we ended up. So the way the bracket worked at that event was so dumb. We had to play complexity for grand finals, even though they were on winners bracket side and we were on losers bracket.
Yeah,
so, like they like.
That makes no sense. You should have played Unite.
Yeah. So we could have we didn't we just played the best team after that, and I made a really and it's like a play I really pride. It's funny because like nobody really knows it. But you could kind of see it on the mini map. But I remember we only beat them on one map. We beat them game 3 strikes, or it was Octane Blitz, and I remember I think it was overtime or something, or I think we just needed a cap, and I made a play where I ran around backstrip. I remember TP was in front of me, and I walked all the way behind his character the whole time, and then ran in for a cap. And I was just following him. I didn't want him to know I was there. And I remember we won the map after that, and I was like, "Let's go! Let's go!" Like I was like, I wonder if they watched it, but no, they didn't watch it.
They didn't watch that shit. That
yeah, and then but yeah, like so, Ghost was pretty good. I'll go through it pretty quick now after that, because like that was the main one I really wanted to get to, because I really like that was the first event where I was really happy about. Like that was like we got top 3. Like it felt like it was like finally I could do something.
Yeah, I mean that's a big moment for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just looking at your placings, like UMG Philly, you got top 12. I'm guessing Study got an offer from a team and Sketch.
Yeah. So
that's what happened there.
Yeah, we picked up. I don't even know who we played with, dude. Honestly.
Played with Heist, which was a sniper.
Yeah, worst teammate ever.
That's your worst teammate ever.
That's bro. That guy, I'm pretty sure he showed up like drunk to our like Sunday match.
I heard that. I heard he was drinking heavily.
Yeah, that event, like, dude, he was like, I'm pretty sure he's probably drunk our whole tournament, if I had to guess.
I mean, y'all got top 12 with a motherfucker that was drunk as hell, but I did hear that from a lot of people that he was drinking. So
I was really good at Ghost. That's what I was telling you, bro. Like, that was the first game where I really felt like I could win like a tournament.
Yeah. So then
And
after
then,
that, you play on Curse Youth. You guys just play online for a bit, I guess. Regular season, you finished 8th.
yeah.
But it doesn't say
so,
that you like played anything after.
No, we only played the regular season together, and then
Like 2Ks.
yeah, and 2Ks, and then we were just kind of like a toxic team a bit. Like we weren't that good, and like
Yeah.
we were all really young kids.
Yeah.
So like I remember after that team broke up, I remember me and Attach, we were actually supposed to play with I was trying to get Attach to join me. I think it was Miyagi, and it was another like Cali person, so maybe like Slasher or somebody. But I remember I was forming a team with Miyagi, and like I was like, that's what I wanted Attach to play with me, because like that was, or no, so Curse Youth, that's where it happened. So the Curse Youth originally was supposed to be me, Nifty, Attach, and Miyagi.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what the roster I wanted. But then I think Miyagi ended up playing with like another iteration of one of the rosters, and then we ended up picking up like, you know, Attach, or like it ended up being like Derek and
Zinni.
Methods.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that team. Like they just went by, and
Yeah,
then,
I just played that online, and then you ended up playing season 3 playing with Nifty, Gucci, and Mad Cat. I think
Dude,
I remember clips of Mad Cat talking hella shit.
there's a clip of me talking hella shit too.
You talking hella
like,
shit? Okay.
Because I do, when when I played with, like, I'm telling you, there's certain people you play with, like you have to get hyped for them, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only way, like, they're gonna give you their all.
Yeah, right.
That's how they get activated. So yeah, I remember Mac had, it was so fun. I remember, I think Gucci was screaming, and it was so loud that it was like a screech, and I remember Mac was like, I looked over, I'm like, what the fuck?
Why do you think you played with like so, like, how'd you go from like, I feel like good players to like UMG, or not UMG, UGC Niagara? You randomly play with Demented, Wolf, and FaZe. Like, how the hell?
Was that before?
That was before season 3, but it was after you went pro. It was after Curse Youth.
It was after Curse Youth.
Yeah.
Probably Champs. It was around Champs time, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to say, oh yeah, because I was always a big problem in my career. Was like I was never 18 for
so
Champs.
Then you would just get dropped.
Yeah, so I would get dropped. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Champs, and then, dude, that's one of my biggest mistakes. Actually, was that team. Now that you mention it, no, like seriously, like I think back on it sometimes, because I remember I played with them. It was Bailey and his brother, and I was good friends with them. Like I liked them, but I mean, we were ass. Like we were not a good team.
Yeah.
And I remember Slacked. It was that. Remember that event? They couldn't. I think Nato couldn't travel.
Yeah.
Or somebody couldn't. Yeah. Somebody.
Yeah.
So
Nato always was.
Yeah. So they picked up somebody for maybe Austin. I think Austin might have played with them that event, or somebody played with them. But they asked me. They like Slack literally asked me. He's like, "Yo, like, come play with us. Like, sketch on your team." And I was like, "But like, dude, I couldn't do it, bro. Like, my team had paid for my flight, my hotel, like,
yeah.
And it was like, I really liked the owner too. Like, the owner was like all out of his own pocket, bro. Like, he was funding our team.
You can't.
I was like, I can't, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I'm just too good of a person, bro. Like, I know people used to do that all the time, but it wasn't me. Like, I couldn't do it.
Shit.
Yeah. So, So after that, that's why I played with them that event. It was probably Champs, and then just like bad luck.
So you go to the play-in, and I've noticed like in your play-ins, like you always like qualify or whatever in the play-in, and then you never play with the team. So like you got third in the play-in, you made some money, and then like your team is you, Troy, Miyagi, and Austin.
Yeah.
Instantly, which is like what happened, like just describe like what used to go on back in the day. Like people were just.
Yeah. So with that team, we actually started off the league with that team. So we made the league, and we started it off with that team. It was me, Nifty, Mad Cat, and Gucci.
Yeah.
So we started off, and we weren't good. Like we only went to that event because I'm pretty sure Ego funded us. Like,
okay.
I think Ego, like, because Ego was supposed to go with us, so it was supposed to be me, Gucci, Nifty, Ego.
Okay.
But then Ego didn't want to go, so he flew Mad Cat out to play with us. And good thing we have Mad Cat, bro, because me and him were like Shaq and Kobe, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm telling you, we slammed everybody. Me and him 2v4'd that tournament. Like, the one thing I will say, the one thing that I will give credit to Nifty and Gucci for is that they knew, like, they were objective players, bro.
Yeah,
like they were doing that, bro. Like, I remember we played a team and Nifty had 10 caps on Blitz. I was like, "Yeah, bro, he's doing his job. Like, you know, I don't care what his stat is."
Yeah, yeah.
And then but yeah, so we went back home, and it was a weird situation. Like, the owner, Elevate, at the time, he's actually a really popular streamer now. His name's Treb. Like, he's like a huge Apex guy now. Like, it's crazy to think about. Like, this guy was a young kid owning Elevate at the time.
Okay.
And I remember he moved Mad Cat in. He's like, "Yeah, I got Mad Cat a place to stay. Like, he'll be good." And it was like, I don't know if he moved Mad Cat into like a spare bedroom at his house or something, or like it was like, I don't know what it was, but Mad Cat was like,
"I'm not doing this shit."
Yeah, like he had a bed and a shitty setup. Like, it was like,
yeah.
Mad Cat was like, "Nah." Like, you know, at the time, it's like, honestly, he probably couldn't have stayed in the States. Like,
yeah. It was OD. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mad Cat was like, "I'm fucking done. I'm going back home." So I needed somebody for Mad Cat, and then Nifty was like, "Yeah, I'm done too, bro. I'm gonna go play CS."
So that's when, I forgot. Nifty went pro in CS, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
What
so
the
that's when
fuck?
he was playing CS a lot, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go try this game out and like play this game." So Nifty left because Matt, like, you know, everybody else was leaving, and then Gucci was like, "Well, bro, like he's like, I don't really want to play." Like, he didn't want to play anyway, really. Like, he just wanted to play with me just to help me at the tournament, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. He wasn't even like tripping like that.
Yeah, like he wasn't really like, his heart wasn't fully into it.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I ended up picking up. Originally it was Miyagi and Sender. I picked them up, and then I remember I told Austin, I was like, "Yo, come play with us," and then Austin joined, because I think Austin, they didn't make the pro league, so like they all needed a pro league team. So I was like, "Yeah, bro, join mine." I'm like, "I got nobody. It's literally only me."
It's literally only you.
And like, honestly, bro, that was one of my favorite teams of all time. Like, those are like some of my best friends to this day. Like, those guys.
Yeah, I got 6 at Dallas. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it. So it's funny though. During that season, Miyagi actually had to go to Vietnam in the pro league. So like in the league matches.
Yeah.
So Miyagi went back to Vietnam for like, I think we played like, how many? I don't know how many matches we played back then. Like,
it was
40
a lot.
or something.
It was a lot, bro.
I want to say like 40 matches, and he didn't play like 30 of them. Like, Gucci played with us for 30 matches, a league match. Like, Gucci filled in for like a whole month, like 2 months straight, almost like a month or two.
Yeah.
And I remember because we went to Dallas. I think it was Dallas we went or something, and like Danny played with us. But I remember we had to play with Hattie for a long time, or Gucci, and then he I remember it came down to it, bro. Me, Austin, and Sender, like, we all got into a call together and we talked about it, and we're like, dude, like, we have to decide, like, when Danny comes back, like, are we gonna play with Danny, or are we gonna, like, should we keep playing with Hattie? Like, we were doing good. And I just remember, dude, Gucci is like the most selfless person I've ever met, bro. Remember this guy? Like, he was like, "Bro, just play with him." Like, he was like your teammate. Like, that was the guy. Like, I was only here to fill in. Like, you guys were obviously, like, you know, like, getting better, doing good with him. Like I was only here to do this.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all of us wanted to keep playing with Danny, like, because we felt like, because he had to go for a family thing. Like, it wasn't
it wasn't like he sucked, so we dropped him.
Yeah. It was like personal matters. So I was like, dude, like, I want to, like, when Danny comes back, I think we're just gonna play with him. So that's how it went. We played with him, and we got like 6th, I think. Second. Yeah, was it only those two, I think?
Yeah, it was only 2. UMG Nashville, I didn't see that. So 6th, 12th, 9th through 12th, and 2nd.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. First year going pro, shit. You made a grand finals, shit.
Yeah, I remember we played. That was when Formal smoked us.
Oh yeah. That event, he was final. He was final that event.
He was really good at that. I remember we played him in winners finals, bro, and I was like,
holy fuck.
I was like, I knew we were gonna win, probably to get to grand finals, but I was like, finals is gonna be a different beast, bro.
Yeah.
And he was, dude. He was a monster in finals.
Yeah, he was gross.
But Austin, that was the first event Austin really had his come out though. Like, he was.
Yeah, Austin was insane.
Event.
Austin was insane that event too. Wow. Okay. Now we got AW. I mean, AW was just looking at the placings. I mean,
not saying it was over, kind of.
Yeah, it was all over. You start off with Rise. It's just top 20. Probably. I mean, I see the team. Pack hated jetpacks. I think Jamal, or at least AW. He hated AW. Pack thought AW was an abomination, and you went to half the events with him. So,
yeah. So first event at AW, we got top 3 in the cup though. We were good.
Yeah, I see it. I got top 3 in the
5K.
Okay.
but I was really good at that game. So I was like, maybe it helped us. But I remember we went to that first event and we played Optic Nation. I dropped 50 for a tie. So we played the map again. I dropped 50 again for the loss.
Damn.
I was like, dude, I remember I was 50 and 50 the second time. I was like, dude, I had 100 engagements. I literally couldn't have I don't know what more else I could have maybe done, but yeah, that was that event. But yeah, I had a bunch of different teammates on that game. That game was the rough one.
I'm surprised y'all stuck for Orlando. You stuck with the same thing for Orlando. It was you, Pac, Maul, and Steven.
Yeah.
And then I think at that time, like you said, Champs starts coming around the corner, and now you're on all type of different rosters. I mean, the one thing I want to talk about is our little OGYV, because I'm involved in that. How did that happen from your point of view? We don't gotta talk about it too much. It's just a fucking 5K that we won.
Yeah.
But for me, that shit was a big moment.
Yeah, did we play?
Nah,
more
we
than
literally
1 5K?
played. We literally signed up for one 5K, won it, and never played again.
Yo,
we literally signed up for one 5K, won that shit, and never played with each other.
We beat Opticon, right?
We beat everybody, bro. We beat everybody. We beat Optic, Denial. We beat fucking Optic and Denial were the 1 and 2 best teams. We beat Denial in grand finals, Optic in semifinals, whoever the fuck in quarterfinal. Like, we beat everybody. We beat everybody that we could play.
I feel like I mean I don't remember how we formed. I just remember like all of us were just friends. Like I think the only one that wasn't friends was maybe Huke. Like, but you knew him. I think you knew him.
Yeah, because they brought I was always friends with Perp and Tej.
Yeah. So then that's why I said I knew Perp and Tej forever.
Yeah.
And you, me, you, Perp and Tej, like we all knew each other for sure.
Yeah, and they brought Kyler around. So then once they brought Kyler around, I feel like me and Kyler was bonded. Like back then, we were all all young. So like people were just saying like funny shit, like just joking around and shit. But like I feel like me and Kyler was like, oh, you're the black. There's another black guy here. Like we're the two black. We're the duo now. So we would always like play with each other. That's kind of like how we like connected. But then. Yeah, I know.
No, I think it was like just like I think like from my point of view, I just remember like we were all underage. I was like, "Yo, you guys want to play this tournament?"
Yeah.
I was like, we're all nasty. Like, let's play.
Yeah, let's play. And we played that shit, and we were fucking
we were nasty.
Like for me, this was like my first this tournament for me. I mean, you already went pro. They already went to Orlando, so they already went pro. So for me, this moment for me was like. I've obviously won tournaments before then, but this was like my biggest. This was a 5K, bro. Like this, we literally beat Optic, Denial. We beat everybody, bro. Let me see if I can pull up the bracket, but like, I just remember
I remember, yeah.
We were like the first like young group of kids that like we were just fucking gross.
I remember people were like low key mad too, cause like we would beat teams and like, oh, we can't even practice for champs now. I'm like. Bro, you should have been better than us.
Yeah, you should have won. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, I remember that was a fun team, bro. Like that's like I think it meant a lot to all of us. So to be honest, I think it just meant something that we were like we're all underage. We can't compete at the biggest tournament, but we won. Like we're beating all these teams.
Yeah, we beat every team, bro. With no practice. Like we just pulled up and just went hard. Like I remember that day. We were going fucking hard, bro. Like, bro, 5Ks. I went harder. Like, obviously, this is probably not the best thing to say, but I feel like I went harder in that 5K than some league matches in the CDL sure.
I told people that. I was like, bro, the passion you had when the passion you have when you're trying to make something is just different, bro.
It's different. That shit, bro. That shit was lit.
I was really good at AW. I think a fun fact about that game was that I think I was the only person outside of out of every team, I was the most winningest 2K and 5K player. Like I won.
Besides the main teams, you probably were.
Like by myself, just by myself, I won the most.
Yeah, you won with Moch. That was for 6,400.
Yeah,
so at the time, that's probably the biggest goddamn. Yeah, that's the biggest 10K or whatever.
It's funny because that team only formed. So that team was me, Slasher, Enable, and Moch, and it only formed because Troy and Steven, they were trying to drop us, I think, or something. Like it was like the Oregon. Well, the Oregoner was trying to pick up Sloss and Mir, I think.
Yeah.
So they were trying to they were trying to keep their spot. So we were like, fuck that, let's just go play with Moch and Enable. Like they want to play with us. And yeah, I remember we got second in the 2K, and we were pissed. We were so mad we got second. And then the very next day, played the 5K. And I remember we won in finals. And I have a funny memory in my mind of playing that because I remember we played I think it was MV in finals, or so, it was Ant, whatever team Ant was on. And I remember they wouldn't play. We wanted to play double hardpoint or something. We didn't want to play uplink because everybody thought it was dumb at the time.
Yeah.
And
it was MV.
it was the first tournament. And I remember playing Ant, bro, and Ant was trying to hype up his team. I opened their stream, and Ant was like, bro, these guys are host fucking people. Like, we got to do this for the community. We got to do it for the community. We got to beat them.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember watching that, and I was like, you're not going to fucking beat me, bro. I was like, this guy is not beating me today. And I remember, like, I think that, honestly, that might have just pumped me up to just, like, go harder. Because I remember I think Moch has the whole 5K finals against them on his YouTube.
Oh,
like,
damn.
You can literally watch us win that. Yeah, that's
damn, that's hard. That's tough.
But
okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember after that was when everybody got their offers. Slasher joined FaZe. Mochin and Abel joined, I think, like, Justice or something.
Yeah,
and that's when I joined Rise.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember me and Austin were talking because I told him, because I mean I knew Austin was gonna get picked up. Like, I felt like me and him were the same skill level at AW at the beginning. Like, me and him were like the two, like, I felt like we were like some of the best ARs. And I just remember I was underage, so I couldn't play a champ. So I'm like, he's gonna get picked up.
He's gonna get the opportunity, right?
And I remember talking to him because he's loyal, bro. Like, Austin's as real as they come. And I remember I told him, I was like, bro, like, before you even ask me or anything like that, like, this even comes up, I was like, I want you to know, bro, like, no hard feelings at all. Like, if you get an offer from like an amazing team or pro team, like, you take the offer, bro. Like, don't think of me. Don't, like, I can't do anything. Like, it's like, you know, like, it's not gonna matter for me. This is you. And I don't know if you, like, I remember just telling him that. He's like, yeah, bro, I got you. Like, you know, if I get it. And I was like, and that's when, like, FaZe ended up offering him, like, a little bit after that, and he took it. And I mean, he won the event. Dude, I literally have a picture of me and Troy in the crowd, like, cheering him on in finals, bro. Like, I was so hyped for my boy, man. That was sick.
Yeah. Bro, this is lit because I'm looking at more. We actually did win another one, but we didn't play with our full team. I don't remember. I didn't remember that shit. You actually won the hella 2Ks, bro. You won hella.
Grinder, bro. You were winning. I was good, bro. I swear, like, I think that's why I was like, I remember at AW Worlds, so I'm getting ahead of where we're at a little bit. Yeah. AW Worlds, we got last. Like, we placed
top
like
16.
top 20,
top 16,
top 16, and it was me,
Weech, Burns, and Pat.
So, like, I remember I was really upset because throughout halfway AW, like, after champs, I finally got a team I really liked. And it was me, Theory, Neslo, and Jamal. Yeah. And it sounds like a really weird team, but we were actually good. Like, I remember it was the first time I made playoffs with the team without having to go to the last day. Yeah. Like we made playoffs just like we were like, because we just were really good at uplink, S&D, and CTF. Like, it wasn't 2 hard points, I think. Yeah. So I played with them, and then after, we did good for a while, and then I think
y'all won like 3 2Ks. Y'all won a 2K back to back, and then y'all won with Tej for Maul. I don't know what happened there.
I think Maul probably had to do some. It was probably like some came up.
Yeah, and then you went, and you guys got 6 in the regular season, and 6 at X Games too. Yeah.
I played really bad at that X Games. That's what like when the team fell apart was, I remember at that event, bro. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I could not get comfortable. Like, it was like hot, the weirdest. Maybe that's what it was. I was just burning up, dude. Like, I could not. I remember I asked Reem. So we lost the first day. I asked Reem, I was like, bro, I was like, can I not wear the jersey? I'm like, can I just like wear a shirt like in the booth? Like, yeah. And I remember I just played awful. Like, I played real. That was my worst event probably in my career. Yeah. And I remember after that event, I want to say Dylan and Neslo both left to TK or something. They left, and that's when it was like, dude, it was so many weird like rosters after that. I think we had Tej and TCM for a bit, and then
we won a 2K after that. It was me, you, Tej, and Nikki D. I don't remember that shit at all, but we won a 2K. That's typical.
That's probably the first time I really talked to Nick, honestly. Like, because I knew him in Ghost, but I was probably the first time me and him became friends. Yeah. But Yeah, like I said, that team, I played really bad at that event, then they left, and then that's when I had a bunch of different. I played with Tej at Dallas. We actually, so that event, FaZe only lost 2 maps, and we beat them on one of the maps. We should have beat them on 2.
They
I
were
remember
shooting, bro.
Clay
At
killed me
least versus
5-5.
It was cooking.
Dude, I remember. So map 2 solar, dude, it's like it was like a blunder, but at the same time, it looked way worse than it was. So it looked like Clay turned on me. But really, I was waiting for Clay to get lined up, but he saw me, so he just turned and shot me.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So it was like it was like I said, he was coming around the corner, and there was barrels. So I was like, I don't want to shoot now, I want to wait.
Yeah.
So I get a good kill.
Yeah.
But he saw me, and that's when he just killed me, and there was a gunfight or whatever. And I think we won map 3 or something, but yeah, we lost. We ended up losing, or Tej ended up leaving.
Yeah, because Tej joined y'all team because he got dropped.
Yeah, he only played with us.
Bro, to be honest, like Tej kept throwing up the bullshit, but we got third though. Like he got dropped off like after I sketched on them for X Games, but like we got third. Like I know he had a 0.8, but like yeah, we got third. Shit.
Yeah.
And then once they dropped him, they were like, oh my god, we need Tej back. You need players like that, bro. Like
no, as I said, like I always give credit to like Nifty and Gucci because like on that event, like if honestly like they were just playing well, like on objectives. Like I was like I didn't have to touch it.
You didn't have to touch that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember. Like I said, Tej left because he only joined us for the event. I figured he was probably not going to want to stay unless like me and him got somebody else. But that just at the time that wasn't really possible.
Yeah, it
was like every top team was like they were already pretty much together.
Yeah,
that was. But like I said, like I remember, like I said, after that event, we had season 3. I played with Burns. Before we picked up Pat, we had somebody else.
App. Get apathy for a lot.
App.
For a good amount of time.
Yeah, and then I remember. Speaking of this, I remember I wanted to leave Rise. I was gonna leave Rise, and I told App, me and App roomed together. I was like, App, bro, like I don't know how to tell Reem. I'm like, I don't want to leave. Like he's my boy, but like, I feel like I'm kind of stuck here. Like I feel like I can't get the teammates I want.
Yeah.
And I remember telling him, I was like, dude, I think I'm just gonna tell him, like, it's been a long year, like, all this. I told him my outline of what I was gonna tell Reem. Bro, I kid you fucking not. The next day, he used my entire outline and told Reem that.
And then left?
And then left the fucking team. He left the team.
Yeah, that's like, funny.
Bro,
so now you couldn't leave. Now
I was like, what? I can't leave. I can't tell him the same thing he told him.
That's insane.
But because I knew like Reem wasn't gonna want to play with to stick with me in Black Ops 3. Like I just knew that it probably, like, we had a bad year.
Yeah, right.
Like I know he believed in me, but I'm like, dude, I can't get people to come here. Like it's it was hard. Like people just didn't want to like join only me.
Yeah.
And I remember, like I said, we lost at Worlds, and I sat there, bro. I sat there in the crowd. We got like top 20.
You remember when my bad? Do you remember when I was on your guys' bench? Y'all could have kept me, I'm pretty sure, but Reem was just like, fuck it, we gonna let him go to Elevate or whatever.
No, I remember I think I was the one who told you. I was like, yeah, pick it, like he's our sub, Donnie's our sub.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I think me and Reem, like Elevate wanted to pick you up or something. I was like, bro, like I'm not gonna hold my boy back. Like
Yeah.
And like Reem was cool. Like we were all cool
realistically, if that was nowadays, there is no way. There is no way I'm getting able to go to another team for the free. Like,
well, because at that time too, you hadn't even placed well yet, had you?
Nah, I got like top 40.
Yeah. As I said, you were a sub, and I was like, bro, like we all knew you were good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I think when AW came around, everybody knew you were nasty. You didn't needed the team.
Yeah.
And then, I remember that you were. I said that was the year for you, bro. I remember watching that year. I was like, yeah, dude, Donnie's uncontested, bro. He could do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember, like I said, after Worlds, we got last. I sat there in the crowd, bro, and I really talked to myself. I was like, because I felt really bad because I was a bad teammate. Like I was really toxic because I felt like that year was robbed from me. Like I felt like it was like I was so good at the game. I proved myself so many times that like I never got anything out of it. Right. I was like, what's the point? Like, and I remember I used to just be angry all the time at people, at teammates. I would be like, why are you making this play? Why are you doing this? And I was a bad teammate that year for sure. Like I know I had my good times, like where I was doing good, but I know there was definitely times where I was just an asshole.
That's good accountability. I mean, it happens, bro. I have like 3 years where I was a piece of shit. So.
And I just remember going, like I was sitting there and I was like, dude, if I want to be pro, like if I want to get like on these other teams or with these other people, like I can't be trying to fight every person that calls me shit. Like I remember I used to get in Twitter arguments with Crim, Cab, like anybody who would try to like challenge how good I was.
Yeah.
I would try to defend myself. And I remember going into Black Ops 3, I was like, I just gotta just put it aside and just play. Like, just be a good teammate. Whoever I have, like, I have to make the best of it. Like, that's the only way I'm ever gonna make it. It's the only way I'm ever gonna do anything. And I remember after that, like going
You
into
stuck
Black
with
Ops
the
3.
same team the whole year, except for Happy for Killer. Suda, shout out Suda, man. That's my boy.
Yeah, Black Ops 3. I remember I really wanted to team with Steven because I liked teaming with him on Rise. Like I was kind of like upset we did like that whole how that panned out.
Yeah.
And then Troy was always a good AR. He was always somebody like he had good communication. Like he was like my twin.
Yeah.
Like if I thought another player, I thought of Troy. Like if I had to describe somebody how I played, like it'd be him.
Yeah.
And I remember me and him like we played it like we formed that, and then that's when we picked up
Suda.
We picked up Suda, yeah, and we were good. We were actually pretty good at the beginning. We didn't qualify on land for the Pro League, and I remember we all lived in Florida. Or me, Steven, and Sender, we moved to a team house in Florida, and it was like, dude, the owner Neil, it was literally his house. Like it was like his family's house they didn't use.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember dude, in the house, legitimately, I was in the master bedroom, right? They gave it to me. Bro, all the dressers, closets full of clothes, like bathroom full of every bathroom supply. It's like, dude, like I remember feeling so uncomfortable because I was like, bro, what if this person just comes home one day? Like, what if they want to like be in their room and I'm sitting here streaming on my game? Like,
yeah.
And I remember we didn't qualify at that. I remember we flew from 6 hours from Florida to Burbank, California. Didn't qualify, and I was like, dude, when you get back to Florida, bro, I'll give you the money, but just ship all my shit back to my house. I was like, I'm flying straight from here back to my home. I'm like, I'm going home for Christmas or whatever. Or I was like, before Christmas, I was like, I'm going home. Like, I can't do it anymore. And then I remember we qualified online for the Pro League, and I remember we played day one, whatever, did really well. And I was trying to be in that mindset, right? I was telling you about where I'm like thinking good thoughts, like being positive. And I remember I went to Wendy's, bro. I was sitting in the Wendy's drive-thru, and I remember I was like, yeah, we play fastballs team tomorrow, and like some other people. And I was like, they're good. I was like thinking to myself, I was like, man, like we gotta beat them, like we gotta do good. And I remember sitting there, I was like, dude, what am I saying, bro? I'm like, I know we're gonna beat them. I know we're gonna qualify. Like, I know we're gonna do this. Like, things are gonna be good. Like, I know what's gonna happen. And then we went qualified, and then I stuck with them. We played together for a long time until I think the relegation or something of the first Pro League. Because we honestly with Suda we were good, but it was just so inconsistent. It was a lot of inconsistent gameplay.
Yeah.
And then that's when we picked up Sloss, and the only reason why we picked up Sloss was because we played against them in that qualifier. He literally dropped 50 on us with a sub. And I was like, yo, this guy's pretty good at this game, dude. Like, I really think he could be good. And, Steven and Troy, like, I mean, they played against him with me. So they were like, yeah, bro, he was hard carrying for his team. And we picked him up, and we were really good. Like, we were honestly, like, with Sloss, like, he helped us improve so much. Like that was that's like top 3 team for sure too.
Hey, y'all made another grand finals for you and Troy. NA stage 2 playoffs. Who won that event? Was it
MV?
Yeah. Oh, so you lost to Austin?
Yeah, I lost to Austin. Yeah. I remember I was hyped though. Like it was so cool. I was like, dude, I'm playing against my best friend, dude. I'm playing against my best fucking friend in finals.
Yeah. That is hard. That is tough. Respectfully, that is tough.
Even I remember like we played and everything. They beat us. I remember even like hanging out after just seeing him. I was like, but yeah. Then like the rest of that year, champs, dude. That champ shit was so dumb, bro. Like we were a good team, and then we got last at champs because it was just bad, bro. Like we had a whole big old deal with our org on DT, and then we left them and we became like ground zero for one event, and then like the community literally funded us on that one. That was actually pretty sick. Like I really appreciate everyone for that. Yeah, that was insane, dude. Like I remember that was the first time I really felt like for real, like I was like the community really loves me.
Yeah.
And I remember we did all that, and then it was just bad. Beef started happening between Steven and Sloss because Steven was really trying to get us an org. Like we were trying to make money. Like we weren't salaried. Like we need him. Like Steven needed to make money.
Right.
And because at that point, like his life was a lot different. He was like living with his sister, playing in the living room, like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And he was like, the money helps. And he was trying to find an org, and then Sloss was like, bro, we need to practice, like we need to do this, because he was taking a lot of meetings, like we were meeting up with different orgs, you know,
right.
trying to find the right one. And I remember him and Sloss just like they're just getting mad about it, and I was like trying to be in between them, like, bro, like we can find an org, but we also can practice, like we can also, like, you know, like it doesn't have to be such a big deal with everybody. But yeah, I remember it was bad practice going into champs, and then it just showed at champs like we got fucked at that event too, because this is another like, bro, I'm telling you, Black Ops 3 champs was like a nightmare to me, because Black Ops 3 champs, I'm 19 now. My whole 18 years old, I didn't get to play a champs.
Yeah, it's your first champs.
Yeah, so I turned 18 after the champs, right? That was in the middle of the year. And then the next year they made champs at the end of the year, like when I turned 19.
Yeah.
So like I was like, damn, I kind of got robbed of that a little bit. But then at that event, we're first match of the day on a side station. We play it's like, I don't know if the first match is Moch's team or somebody else. It was one of those teams. And bro, we sit down to set up. We're finally getting warm. That's when the PlayStation Network or something went down. Or no, an update came out. And everybody had to update all that. So it took like 3 hours for all that to happen. So we played that match late. So, you know, we end up losing, whatever. So we're chilling. And they're like, yeah, your next match is going to be, you know, it's delayed, so it's going to be a little later. So I'm like, okay. So we're first match of the day. So I'm talking like at that time, it's probably like, you know, we woke up early to get there. Like, I don't even know what first match of the day was then. But gamers waking up early is like a bad mix, like especially for my teammates at the time. Like,
yeah.
And I remember, like I said, like we were first match of the day. We were ready. You know, we had a delay. I remember we were falling asleep at the station waiting for the PlayStations to come on, bro. Like waiting to play. And so we wait the whole day. We lost that match. We wait the whole day. We play Moch's team later on. Bro, I kid you not. We sit down at the setup. We're getting warm. PlayStation Network goes down for 2 to 3 hours. We're waiting again, and we don't play that match until like way later on at night at this point. So we're at this point, we're literally at the table like, you gonna play this, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, literally getting ready to, like, we're passing out. And we end up losing to Moch's team. And I just remember, dude, after that, I was like, bro, today has been the longest day of my life, and I'm already knocked out of the event. Like, you couldn't make it to bracket. I was 0-2.
Damn.
And I remember, like, that's when the whole infamous, like, Sloss didn't show up to the match or whatever. But it's like, dude, we were already knocked out of the tournament. Like, I don't even think there was really any difference in the prizing between, like, 32nd and 24th. But, yeah, he showed up. He ended up showing up. It was late, but, I mean, I remember he showed up. He's like, yo, what's going on? Are they still ready? I was like, bro, you see me walking to you. Like, you think, I was like, I have all my shit in my hand. You think that it's still at the setup? And then, but no, I remember our org owner at the time we were on Renegades. He was so mad, bro. He was like, Sloss is fucking done. He's done. He's out of here. He's out of here today. Today he's out of here. And I remember he told Sloss that. Like, I remember we went into like a little room or something, and he was like, that was totally unacceptable what you did. This and that, like, you're out of here, you're done. And I'm like, fuck, dude, sorry. Like, I don't, like, you know, that was kind of fucked, but I get it. And that was the whole Black Ops 3 champs. Like, I feel like that was one of my events I wish I could have got back for sure.
Okay. Now, looking at IW.
I was in Cancun that year, man.
Yeah, we could just quickly go over this. We could just say, what was your thoughts on IW? Like, you think it was just unfortunate playing with the people you did, or that the game sucked? Which one?
I think IW was just like a weird time. I think, like, at the time, Sender and Debok, I think it was me, Sender, Debok, Pac-Man at the first event. I want to say we ended up
Ivy
getting
on your team.
Or Ivy, or it was Ivy, Pac, and
It was Ivy, Debok, and Sender. And you.
Oh, Ivy, Debok, Sender. We didn't have Pac. Oh,
then you played with Lamar and Legal and Spacely.
I didn't have Pac. Why am I? Pac and Ivy were really good friends. No, they were really good friends. That's what I was thinking of. Because I remember they would hang out. So it was me. I remember we were supposed to go to a Black Ops 3 event with Ivy. Remember that one that got canceled because like a hurricane or something? So we were supposed to go to that one, and we were not that good with Ivy though. Like I didn't think we were good. I wasn't feeling that confident. I was actually happy that event got canceled because I was like, bro, we were not gonna do good. And then I remember, like I said, we went into IW, and then they had the weapon draft, and I thought that was stupid. And then we played with weapon draft until we got to PlayStation X, and they were like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And then we played with skinny bots, like, you know, the unlimited, you could literally glide.
Yeah.
And like the overpowered sub, like, no, dude, wanna know, like, I think that year was bad because when weapon draft was a thing, my guns were the K-bar and the OSA. So I had both of the overpowered guns, and my teammates, like, they didn't want them. They didn't like using them. So I had both the 2 overpowered guns, and we were just like, I was like, dude, we can't win if one of you guys isn't using the sub, like, or the OSA. Like, it was so OP.
Yeah.
And that was just, I mean, like, it was a bad start. Like, a bad start to a COD year is horrible. Like, if you have a bad start, it's gonna, like, it can really trickle down. And then from there, like, I teamed with Steven and them for a while. Yeah, and we just couldn't get that game down like we could Black Ops 3. It was a different beast for sure.
Okay.
And I think honestly too, I was really unmotivated in that game. I just didn't enjoy it. Like, I Black Ops 3 I could play for hours, and that game I remember I forced myself to get Master Prestige because I was just like,
oh brother,
I was trying. Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to be better.
That might have been the worst
player.
pub game. That's like top 5 worst pub games. Like that pub, I was first prestige in that game, and I never prestige. Like that's like one of the only CODs ever where I did that shit. And I always hit master. Like I'm master prestige and fucking. I got dark matter in BO6. I didn't even compete this year. But
that's what I was saying.
IW for pubs, bro, was horrendous. But I think for competitive, looking back, especially
when I played 8s and stuff like that, it was really fun.
It was fun, bro. That shit was lit.
When I had like people who really liked the game and like could get down on it, like it was fun. But, like I'm telling you, like when my team, like it was just like my teammates didn't enjoy it, I think.
Yeah.
And like at the same time too, I'm like, dude, we're ass. Like what are we gonna do? And so I remember that was the first year I actually took a break. I stopped playing for, I want to say like a couple months, and then I went to Anaheim. I think I went to Anaheim with like Miyagi, Apox,
and Tyree.
Yeah. And I thought it was a fun team. I actually liked playing with them. We ended up losing to Dashy and Study, actually. And you. I think we lost to you.
Nah, I joined the team.
No, you weren't there yet? After that?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I remember
we lost one tournament that whole year.
Yeah, I remember we lost to them. And then I was going to try to, because I felt like at that point I understood the game. Yeah. I was like, okay, I just need to use the MV4 and I know what I'm doing now. Like I was really good. Like I figured it out. And I remember I was like thinking about playing champs, but it was me, Sender, D-Bach, and we were looking for one, but we didn't think we'd have enough pro points. So I told him, I'm like, dude, honestly, like I haven't played all the year. I'm the one holding you back in pro points. Like try to find some people to play with and try to qualify, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember they like I don't think they ended up qualifying. Like I don't know who they ended up playing with, but I don't think they ended up qualifying. And then I just didn't play. I remember I took a break after that. Like I really was just like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. It was really tough. I remember my family was asking me, like my cousin, he was like sitting me down. He was like, I was like what 19? I want to say like 19, 20. And my cousin was like, yeah, you gotta start figuring out what you want to do. Like, you know, gaming can't always be it.
Yeah.
This and that. And I remember I was so upset, like hearing that from my cousin, bro. Like, you know, like
you was playing with him.
If you've been watching since the beginning, bro, like this is the same cousin that took me to my first event. Same cousin that showed me game battles, like everything. He was the one who like really talked to me about it. And I was like, dude, just trust me, bro. I was like, just give me next year, bro. I was like, just give me one more year. I remember telling him and like everybody else was like, I promise you, like I'm gonna do good. I was like, I know I'm good. Like it's just and it was, I remember boots on the ground. I was like, it's boots on the ground. I'm like, I know it's
boots.
Yeah. And I remember I was watching IW champs. Like I was, and I teamed with Lamar in IW. So this is like how I became good friends with Lamar. As I teamed with him. Like, and we didn't do good. We got like top 16, top 20, maybe like our best placing. Yeah. Best placing maybe top 16.
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
And I remember I really liked playing with him though. Like he really helped me improve. Like he's a general, bro. Like he will make you better. Like, if you really listen to him, he will make you better. And that was something I always appreciated in teammates is when people could be hard on me, because that was one thing I always felt was like people could never like give me criticism or like be mean to me or something like that, because they always like people. I genuinely think people like I'm like a really nice person. I think people just like maybe didn't want to hurt my feelings or just be rude, because like I'm not rude. Like I'm not I try not to be rude, so they didn't want to like maybe do it that way. But I always felt like the people I love playing with the most were the people who could give me straight up. Because I was always a person who I critique. Like, if you're making a bad play, I'm gonna tell you. If you were doing something wrong, I'm gonna say something. Like, I always loved having the teammates that would argue with me or like try to make a counterpoint and make me like try to make us all better. And so I remember like in that game, I really liked playing with him. And then in AW, I played with McGee, and I really liked him. And they were on TK together at the time.
Yep.
And I remember after that tournament, I think that Gunjar left, or he had stopped playing with them, and they needed one. And I remember, dude, I was spamming Lamar, bro. I remember talking to Lamar and McGee, like in IW, like going into
they wanted
World War
to drop
II.
Suda. I don't remember. Was Goon on their team? Was it
No,
Suda?
no.
Was it Suda,
Yeah,
Goon, Erie, and
Lamar? Yeah,
okay.
that was their team.
Okay.
So going into, like I said, like at end of IW, I remember I wanted to play with them. I was like, I wanted to play with Lamar and I wanted to play with McGee. Like those are the two people I really love playing with because they just made me better. I was like, if I want to get to the next level or like keep being good, I need to keep improving. So I wanted to play with them. And then this is when like you get into the mix a little bit because I remember I was begging him, bro. I was like, dude, like this is the only time in my life where I actually like was like, bro, please play with me. I never ever in my life have ever like I never was like that. Like I never went up to people like try to get a team. Like I try to just like just do it by my skill.
Yeah.
But that was the first time where like I knew I was like, bro, I was like Lamar McGee. I was like, you guys just gotta trust me, bro. I was like, you guys have played with me before. Like you guys know how good I am. Like you guys know what I'm capable of. I'm like, just give me a shot, bro. I'm like, please just give me like literally. I was like, this is like the only team I wanted to play with that would make like I felt was right. Like that I would have a really good chance of getting on.
Yeah.
Without playing with like the same people I always did, like Sender, D-Bach, and all them.
Yeah.
And that's when I remember I was getting ready to join that team, and it was me, McGee, and Lamar, and we were talking, and we are like, yeah, should we keep playing with Suda? Like, should we pick up somebody else? And I was like, bro, Kenny's pretty fucking nasty, bro. I was like, he is like, I remember we were talking about it because he was like an AR player more at the time. And I was like, bro, I played this guy in Ghost, dude. I'm like, this guy in Ghost was running around with a Vector. Like, he could use the sub. I'm like, he could do whatever. And it's funny thinking back on it though, because Lamar was like, I'll run a sub, bro. I'll run a sub. Yeah, and like, us at the time, like, we didn't care. We were just like, dude, Lamar could probably do that. But I just remember we asked you, like, we were like, Donnie, like, what do you think we should do? And Donnie, he was like, you just said, bro, if he's good, he could do whatever, bro. Like, if he's the best, like, I remember you were gassing me, like, Kenny's good. Like, Kenny is like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kenny can run a sub, he can run AR. Kenny's gonna do whatever you want him to do. And I was like, that was just a confirmation to like get Lamar and McGee to like really agree with me. Because I was like, bro, Kenny is that guy. Like, Kenny is a beast. And he's smart. Like, that was the thing about Kenny was like, compared to other younger people, was like, this guy was like in college. Like, this guy, like, he already had shit going on. Like, he, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was like,
yeah,
he's a guy you wanted to play with. He was going to make you better. And I remember you just convinced him of me. And I remember we played, and the rest is history, bro. We were pretty good. We got really good. But I remember the first event before World War II. I think this is honestly maybe the reason why we won the event too. Was we played E United. It was an extra grind push, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Extra grind be helping you sometimes.
Extra grind.
So we played E United in like a late S&D scrim, bro. It was either the day before the event or like 2 days before the event. And they did something that no other team did that we thought was just genius, bro. It was the first team we ever see do it. It was on St. Marie. They would smoke out like the entrances on like both sides and then just push it. And like you couldn't stop it really. Like it was a really good like counter strat to people just like planning B or rush planning, if anything. And I remember me and Lamar instantly were like, bro, we gotta steal that. Like that's like that's the thing we needed for this map to make it more consistent for us. Because I mean, Forest was our bread and butter, and then like that was like our second bread and butter. Like St. Marie was like, you were either had to play us on Forest or St. Marie.
St. Marie, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember like shout out United, bro. Like for real, like if we didn't know that smoke strat, like I don't know if we would have won the events. Like honestly, like because that was like like I said, that was our other map. Like if we didn't play Forest, we were playing that. So it's like we won so many game 5 St. Marie's, bro. I could like I remember there was a stat where we were like at one point like 11-0 on it.
Damn.
Like we were just so good, yeah. But yeah, I remember that team formed for that year, bro. Like, and
so like, how did you feel when you won Dallas? Like, how'd you feel?
Yeah.
Like, damn, I was just about to quit. Motherfuckers was telling me you might need to start looking
yeah,
at
like
something
the
else.
real world and stuff. Yeah.
How'd you feel,
So,
bro?
I remember just going to Dallas. I was feeling good. Like I knew we were. I think the thing that was what motivated me at Dallas too is like a lot of people didn't think we were as good as we were because of our names. Like they're like Theory, Accuracy, Chino, and Kenny. Like they've been played. Like we placed well in cups. Like we got like top 4 every cup.
Yeah.
And I remember people still doubted us. Like they thought we weren't gonna be good. And then we played our first the whole fire alarm the first day. So like first day I remember we were literally like we were down 2-1 in a series, like losing map 4, and then like the fire alarm went off and stuff, and then like I was like, dude, like what's gonna happen? Like are we gonna like replay the map? Like we're gonna start from the same scores? Like what's going on? And then we literally had to wait till the next day, and we continued the series the next day. And I remember we beat them 250 to like 20 on Forest.
On the replay.
Game 4, yeah, on the replay. Because I remember they were bitching. I was like, bro, you were bitching. You were up by like 80 or something, 70. I was like, we literally beat you by 200. Like that was a fluke last time, basically.
Yeah.
And then, one of my biggest clutches to this day. I think the only people who saw it were my teammates, the other team, and then people who were like watching on whatever broadcast. But we were down. I think we're down 1-3 or 0-3 on Forest S&D, and they killed my teammate. They killed my teammate like when you push up on offense to the right runes, like that area.
Yeah.
Like, near the stairs.
Yeah.
They killed them there. So I remember bomb was down like somewhere in that area, and it was a 1v3. And I just remember thinking to myself, I knew where all 3 of them were. One of them was like on top of the like Godheady. One of them was like in our back spawn, and then the other one was like I think about cabins or something. Like they were just like all in like different spots. And I just remember thinking to myself, I was like, dude, like if I like this is like a big round, like I need to clutch this round.
Yeah.
And dude, I had like an insane 1v3. Like I remember I ripped the guy of the Godheady, like literally like killed the guy on the back spot planet, and then just like just ended up clutching the round. But I just remember I was running out of time too. So that's the thing, is like I was against the time. And I remember I clutched it, and then we ended up winning the map 6-3 after that. Like we just took over. Like it was like such a hype moment.
Yeah.
And then after that, we won all of our matches in pool play, and then bracket. We started bracket, and I remember on Saturday night before we were doing good, and me and Kenny at the time we were roommates. Like we had the same room at the hotel, and he had all his boys with him. So like, think of all the Quavo fam, like half of them were in the room with us. Like,
yeah.
And I remember they were playing like 2K or something, and I was going to bed. I can sleep through anything, so I didn't care. I was like, you guys can be as loud as you want. Like I'm gonna knock out. And I remember I fell asleep, and they said they were all freaked out because I started calling out in my sleep. Like I was like I was calling out everything, but like I remember it's one of the only dreams I really remember, because I remember waking up and I won the event in the dream. Like in the dream, I remember like I played through the maps. I won it.
Yeah.
And I remember I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna fucking win the event. I saw my future. Like that's what I thought. I was like, I saw my future. Like I know I can win. Like I know this is possible.
Yeah.
And that's what Kenny was like, bro. I knew we were gonna win the event when I heard Cheen calling out in his sleep, bro.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing him say that too. Yeah.
And, yeah, but I just remember, man, going into I think the biggest series of that tournament was the Optic one, because we played them in winners finals, and I remember they were the team. Like everybody's like, oh, they're gonna win the event. Like they're the best team in the game, because they were winning 2Ks and stuff. Like they were really good. And I just knew we were better than them. Like that was the thing in my mind. I was like, I knew we were the best team. Like that's how I felt. And I think that's honestly like that was like one of the most important series, because we beat them 3-0. Like we went into winners finals. Yeah.
Gave you guys confidence.
We beat them in I think it was Forest Hardpoint. Was it Forest? I think first map was Forest, and then third map was Flag Tower. And my favorite memory, I remember the series a lot, because I remember on Flag Tower I ran a sub, and in that at that event, the Prime sub was like pretty good. Like I remember everybody was like, yeah, use Primed on your sub, like not the regular sub players, but like AR players would use it. And cause I don't remember what it did, but it helped a little bit. And I remember I fucking gunned the shit out of Scump, bro. Like I like smoked him. And I remember calling out, I was like, there's no fucking way we're losing. I just smoked him with his own gun, bro. I was like, I don't even use this shit. Literally, bro. In mid-match, I said that. And like it's crazy because like I didn't bring I forgot to say it, but in MW3, when I was coming up, he was the person I watched. Like he used to upload twice a day in MW3 sometimes. Yeah. Like every day I was watching Scum videos. So like to play him in a winners finals at like a tournament, I was like, I felt I was gonna win, and then I beat him in it, and I was like, this is it, bro. Like this is like I have to win now.
Yeah.
And then I remember we played Splice, or I think it was Splice in finals, or one of the it was a European team, it was Tommy's team, whichever he was on, and they were the first team to beat us on a forest, and I was like, oh shit, like this could get real. And then, but we ended up I think game 5 we won in that finals, and I just remember just like I just hugged my teammates. I think like I just remember just like being happy, bro. Like I couldn't believe it. Like, but what made it was like I love that event. Like the first event one was amazing because it was like everything I ever wanted, bro. I'm like, holy shit! I just like I beat everyone. Like I beat Rise tournament. I beat or LG maybe. I beat like all the top teams. Like I think Echo Fox. I was running. Like, I was doing good. And then like I said, we won. I remember I have a picture like of all of us holding the trophy, and then it's like there's one person who took a picture of me. I'm so glad because it was like a moment I always wanted to keep. Was we after like everybody left the stage, I literally hugged the trophy again. Like I was like, this is what I've been playing for, bro. Like this is what like all the years, like all the heartbreaks, everything. Like I felt like I've been so good for so long. Like this is it. And I remember going home like when you win an event, bro, your phone does not blow up like that, bro. Like nothing will blow up your phone like winning an event, bro. I got texts from every player, like every pro. I got like million DMs, a million tweets. Like I remember it's probably a vlog of Kostov. He probably has a vlog of it. But I remember we were walking, I was holding the trophy, and like I was just like, or Theory was holding the trophy. We were just happy, bro. We were just walking around just so happy, all looking at our phones, bro. Every single one of us just scrolling our phones, just like, dude, we did that shit.
You're just getting free
like
dope.
we did that. I remember just making the champs tweet at an event, bro. An event champs tweet is different, bro. And then I was just so happy, but at the same time too, like there was a lot of people hating on us. Like a lot of people were like, first event cheese, oh the fire drill, oh it was only like 2 days, this and that. And like it was so late when they won. Like we literally won finals like midnight.
Yeah.
And then just saying all this stuff, and I remember just thinking to myself, I was like, I don't care what nobody says, bro. Like I know I know how good we are.
Yeah.
Like I know we're the best, and that's the thing I loved about us though, is like we all knew we were the best. Like that was one thing that made that team special. Was like no matter how many people try to like say we weren't as good as we were, we knew we were better than that.
Yeah.
And then I'll go into NOLA from there. So this is the one I probably think I hold like more close to my heart because we did it again. Like they said we couldn't do it, we fucking did it. Like I remember we won Dallas, bro. We didn't lose I felt like we didn't lose a map for like a month straight in scrims. Like we were so good. And then we won 3 out of 4 of the online tournaments, and then the one we didn't win, we got second.
Yeah, I see.
And I remember before that event, people were still not calling us the favorites. Like I remember that I was one of the casters, and I remember being so mad. Like it drove me, bro, because I was like, how can you say with all these results that we're not the best? Like how could you not just admit it? And then that's when we went to the tournament, and dude, honestly, I felt like I felt like I played really well that event. But honestly, I felt like I probably would have, like in terms of like overall consistency, maybe I felt like I played better at Dallas. So like when I won the MVP at NOLA, I was hyped, but I was like, damn, I low-key played better at Dallas. Like,
yeah.
But I think the reason why I won it though is because I remember in pool play at NOLA, dude, like, we went down against some teams and we played St. Marie on them, and dude, back to back, bro, against one of the European teams and another team. I just started popping off, bro, full streaks. Like we were losing. I was like, how the fuck are we losing these shitters, bro? Like, just like, you know, trying to hype my team up. Like they're so garbage. And then like I would just I literally pop streaks on both of them, and then my team just like they came back to life after that. And then another funny story from Nola is there's like a 1v3 clip of me that was like on the top 5, I think. It was like when I was just in a random spot and they all lined up. But it was, I remember at that event we were down 2-1 to our Censor's team. So it was like Censor, Ricky, and whoever else. We were down, and they were talking so much shit, bro. After being up 2-1 against us, and you know we were the champs. Like what the fuck, like but we were already 3-0 in our pool, and like it didn't really matter. But I was like, bro, I remember I turned my game sound all the way up, and I told my teammates, I was like, bro, I don't care if you guys aren't trying, but I'm going hard as fuck. I was like, I'm not losing to these rats, bro. I'm not putting my pride aside to lose to some people for nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're undefeated.
Yeah.
And we just turned up after that and won. But then we just played that tournament, and McGee had a really great series in winners finals against LG, and then we went to grand finals. And then we lost first grand finals. I remember that was the first time we lost a series on LAN that year. And before the second best of 5, we couldn't beat them on Gibraltar. That was the one map we could not take LG on. Like that was our map, like because everybody banned Forest. Everybody like knew at that point to ban Forest.
Yeah.
So we played Gibraltar. That was our other good map because that was another map I was really good at. But I was the only one. I don't think Lamar used an STG yet, or maybe Lamar used it, or I didn't. But like we didn't use the STG, and that was like the gun on that map. And so, you know, at the time, Octane was the best STG in the game. Like, like if we played him on that map, he just fried us like every time. Yeah. And I remember second series of grand finals. We were just they were like, I was like, bro, like just trust me, just pick London Docks. I'm like, play London Docks map 1, dude. I'm like, I promise you, like I'm not trying to bring us down or like bring, you know, anything like that, but we're not gonna win. We're not gonna beat them on Gibraltar. It's not gonna happen. Like we need to do something different. And London was our auto veto. We never played it. And I remember the clip you can watch on Recon. I appreciate my teammates, man, for real. Like I really do. I remember McGee and Lamar looked at each other. Like in that clip, they looked at each other and they said, "Are we doing it?" And they said, and Lamar goes, "Yeah." So like they were like, "Yeah." And they picked London. And then we ended up beating them on that map, and then, you know, winning the finals. But like that's what like I said. I hold that event close to me because we won. Like they said we couldn't do it again. like no, like I said, like everybody said, like it was cheese. Like we couldn't do it again. We weren't gonna be good. Like this and that, and we won. I was like, what can you guys say now, bro? Like I'm like I remember I went back home and I got first picked in 8s, bro. I was like, see, this is what I'm expecting. Like this is like I'm the champ, bro. Like. Then,
that was funny.
Yeah, those were my event wins, bro. But like I said, like it's just different. Like the dope. I remember Lamar tweeting out the back-to-back. Like I remember this. Lamar's tweet was so famous, bro. The back-to-back champs, bro. I was like, Lamar's he's a beast for that tweet, bro. It was just a perfect tweet. I was like, dude, that's awesome. And then throughout that year, I was on TK for a bit, and then
we could have teamed in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I tell people all the time because they're like, "Oh, well, what happened with you and TK?" And I'm like, "Dude, I mean, after I think it was we played another event, or they wanted to drop McGee honestly after we won Nova. Yeah. They wanted to drop him right away, and like I said, I sometimes I'm too loyal to my core because I was like, dude, like we just won 2 events with the guy. Like, give him a chance to improve. Like, give him a chance to get better. Like, he's dropping a point like 7, 0.8, like. You can improve from that. You like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, like, you know, we wanted to stay good and all that, but I think that was where it kind of started. It was like the turmoil was like Lamar and Kenny. I don't think they wanted to play McGee after that at all. Like, they were like, we won the event and they didn't want to play with him. And I remember it was tough for me, dude, because I was like, fuck, man, like, this is our team, bro. We won 2 events together. Like, we're family, bro. Like, this is like, I consider them like my brothers. Like, to this day, like. I don't really be talking to them that much, but like I'll like those are the people like I checked up, like I'll check up on like Kenny and Lamar and stuff, or like McGee, I'll randomly message him like I think of them as like my people, bro, for real. And I remember it was tough for me, and then we finally agreed to make the change after playoffs when we lost to FaZe, and then they ended up winning that shit. And then we lost to FaZe and Optic, and you know they were like the grand finalists.
And you got top four. They got top four
Yeah.
at that event. It was probably just the middle part. I think y'all got top four, and it was already chalked because
Yeah.
Ken and Lamar were talking to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And we were like, I remember we did bad at the European event, but I was like, dude, they're making us play on shit we never even played.
That shit was cheese. I played good that event, but that shit was lucky cheese. I somehow just like
Kenny had
locked
the
it
God box, bro. Kenny got sat at the God box. He had like a 1.4, and the rest of us had like 0.7s. And I'm like, dude, when have we like this is not real, bro?
Yeah.
Like Kenny is good, but let's be for real. And I remember that's what I tell people. I'm like, dude, I remember going to the hotel after playoffs. They were telling me we were picking up Donnie. And then I was trying to go to a movie, and McGee was like down to go to a movie. So I went to a movie with McGee, knowing he was gonna get dropped, and I felt horrible. And I'm like, "Fuck, dude!" Like, and I remember he was talking to me. He's like, "Yo, what do you think we're gonna do?" I was like, "Bro, I don't even know, bro. Like, honestly, I don't." Like, I was like, I don't know. And I remember we went to that movie and stuff. We came back and we got to the hotel, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna pick up Don. We're gonna pick up Don."
They were talking to everybody, bro, because they were talking to Kyler and Austin. I remember one time they were talking to me and Austin in the Attach retirement video. They said they were trying to team with Zuma and Attach. Yeah, I'm like, God damn, y'all! I remember y'all brought me. Y'all was like, yo, pull up to the hotel room. I'm in a hotel room, just like
with us, yeah, literally
what
all
the
of
fuck?
us. Yeah, cause dude, I was like,
you
in my mind,
was trying to play with everybody.
Well, like for me, I think I kind of fell under the bus because like I didn't want to make a change. Like they were the ones who wanted to make the change.
Yeah.
And so
you
when
weren't
it came
like
down
with
to
them
it,
fully.
Yeah. So when I did fully become with them, I was like, bro, I don't know like who's really good. I was like, I know Donnie's good. I want to play with Donnie. And then they were talking about like Pharaoh. I remember they were talking about Pharaoh, and I was like, well, does it like I don't really know him though. Well, like I don't know. Like you guys see he's good? They're like, yeah, he's pretty good. And then but I was like, okay, well, I think we're set on Don. I remember going home and I didn't really hear back from him. Like we're kind of still talking, but nothing really. And I knew something was up when Kyler and Nikki D hit me up. They were like, yo, what are your plans or what are you doing? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Like, you know, like, what are you doing? And that's when that's when I they didn't responded to me, like my teammates. Yeah. I was like, oh, they're fucking dropping me, or like something's happening. And then, cause like Nick sent me that, and then I'm not getting responses. I'm like, bro, I gotta join Envy. Like, that's my only shot. And I remember I tried to convince you, bro. I remember I tried to convince Donnie to stay.
Yeah.
I was like, Donnie, bro, please. Dude, honestly,
I should have stayed.
I wish you would have.
I wish I would have stayed, bro. That's one of my regrets. It's probably I have some bigger regrets just because it's just other crazy regrets happen, but like that's probably in my top 3. That's probably like 3rd.
I remember, dude. I was begging you to stay, bro. I was like, dude, like trust me, bro. I was like, I can make us good. I was like, I know, like,
and I was like, bro. I think it just got to a point because like I fucked with my Envy team, like the people on the team so hard. Like I love Nikki D, I loved Kyler, I love Austin. I talked to Austin the most out of any of them till this day. It was just like one of those points where it was like like if you ever felt like a pride thing. It was like, all right, the pride is literally number 1 in my mind right now. I can't play with these guys again. Like even though I know I'm going to like worse people, like.
You were like young too, like that was your first real year competing.
Yeah,
like
18, 19. I was so prideful. I'm like, bro, out of pride, I have to leave this team, bro.
I remember you telling me that. Bro. I remember you saying that. You're like, I have to do something different.
Yeah, I have to.
Because like, I mean, you guys weren't that. Like, you guys were struggling. I remember like.
We should have been so much better. And
yeah,
like,
you guys should have been better.
We were
I remember
awful.
I remember telling Kyler that when I joined the team. I was like, dude, you guys just played the game wrong. I was
we
like,
played it wrong. We just played the game wrong.
I was like, you guys just didn't play the game right. And then, like I said, bro, I wish you'd have stayed because I feel like we could have probably done something special.
Yeah, I think we could have been gross, honestly.
Just because you were like, we just missed a flex. That's all. We just didn't have a flex. Like, and you would have fit that spot. Like, because I remember we picked up JT, and JT was a monster. Like, he was good at that game. I remember, like, dude, honestly. I feel like we could have won champs with that team.
Yeah, y'all were close. Y'all had close ass moments versus fucking EG.
We were up 2-0 against them. We got reverse swept.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have won.
we map 3 CTF, bro. It's one of my biggest like map 3 and map 4. I remember being so mad at my teammates, bro, because like they just didn't listen to me. I'm like, I remember I told them map 3. I'm like, yo, don't push Docs. He has flag. He's gonna kill you. Get streaks. He has an AR. Flying at him out of fire, bro. I'm like, dude, this guy's streaks now.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna win. Like, he's like, they ended up winning because of that. And then, well, they ended up like, getting us to overtime because of that.
Yeah.
And then we could have won in overtime. And I remember I was screaming at my teammate to pull the flag because I was laying down fire. I'm like, bro, pull the flag. If they chase you, like, I got them. Like, you are gonna make it out. Like, they're the only people who can stop you. Like, he was like, I don't remember who it was, but they just like, it was just bad timing. Like, they thought that the people were gonna be up before they could pull. And so when they did pull, they died. Like, they hesitated and then they died. And then, like I said, they just reverse swept us. And then game 4, I remember telling JT, I was like, bro, stay in the contest spot. And he got out of it. He got out of it and we lost. Or he got naded or something. But he left it. He left the spot. I visually saw him leave the spot or something. And I was so mad. I was like, bro, I just told you to stay down, bro. Just stay alive. Like, fuck. I remember I was frustrated, bro. I shouldn't have let my frustrations get the best of me at that moment. But I was like, dude, like,
we're just throwing. We're literally throwing.
3, bro.
Yeah, we're literally throwing
top
at that
3.
point.
And that was my best event that year by far. Like, I was really, really good at champs. Like, I felt like I finally learned how to use STG. And I thought about it. I was like, yo, shout out Formal for real. Because like MV, LG, like, we land against Formal and JCap and them the whole week before champs. Like, constantly played them. And I remember I used STG on land just every day. Like, I have to use this gun. Like, I have to get better with it. Because I used to use the bar. Like, we'd play a lot of small maps, so I'd get away with the bar.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I need, like, for champs, I got to be complete, Yeah. And remember, we did really, like I said, I felt like we could have won that event. I was really sad at that event, man. Like, losing that event sucked. And then, like, I remember that was probably my, like, the turning point in my career, I would say, where I didn't really know, like, I don't know really what happened. Like, like, no joke, bro. Like,
I hear that.
Like, I remember I had the most amazing World War II year, bro. Like, I won events. I was a top player. I had like a 1.2 with champs. Like, I was like, bro, like, this is my, like, I'm gonna get fucking offers, bro. Like, or me and Kyler are gonna stay together and, be a dominant force.
Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to keep Kyler to stay with me, but Kyler was one of the best subs in the game at that point. So, like, everybody wanted him. And dude, I don't know if Kyler will credit me, but I felt like I turned him into a completely different player, bro.
Kyler loved playing with you. Kyler loved that team.
Yeah, dude. I felt like I really, like, I'm telling you, I love playing with Kyler sometimes because, like, he's the type of person where, like, he won't argue with you sometimes, but, like, he'll just retain the information well.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I kept drilling. I was like, bro, just leave the hill. Don't fucking touch it, bro. Like, you are our best player. Like, you need to be, like, our best player. Yeah, you need to show it. And I remember, dude, he just started taking over, bro. Like, I feel like his confidence was just through the roof. Like, it was amazing to see.
You definitely definitely helped him a lot because that was one of the reasons why I left. Like, I obviously knew Kyler could still, like, get to that mode again, but, like, at the time, he was not in that mode.
Yeah.
Like, but he entered that shit. As soon as I left, you joined the team, he got in that motherfucking mode. But I'm just, at the time, I'm like, I gotta play with new people because, like, Kyler not in that mode. Nicky D doing Nicky D shit. He just tweaking.
I gotta give credit to Nick too on that team. Nick really grew up.
Nicky D played way better too. You know what I'm saying? He played way better without me on the
He
team.
became like a leader with me. Like, he started really, like, criticizing people and watching VOD and like maybe, I don't know if he was, like, inspired or something, but, like, we got really good, like, pretty fast. Like, I remember we did really good at first, and then it's probably my fault while we started playing like shit in the middle of it because I literally saw Kyler not drinking caffeine. I'm like, yo, he's not drinking caffeine. I don't need it either. And, bro, I played like shit, bro, for like 2 weeks straight to like a month, bro. I was like, no, I need caffeine, bro. I need it. But I started playing a lot better after that. But I was like, damn, bro, I kind of, like, I look, he probably costed us like an event. But I just remember, like, I really love that team. Like, honestly, all those players on that team I really love. We could have had a better champs. Like I said, we choked, man.
I mean,
like,
5-6
really
is not
did.
terrible. It's not horrific.
I think it just sucks because of the circumstances. Yeah, like, it just. And then we lost to FaZe round 11 for top 4, and then, dude, literally round 11, I got flamed so much on Twitter because they pulled up. They start the round off looking at me with the sniper, and they switch off me, right. I didn't hit the cross snipe on this map all game. I'm like, round 11, I'm like, fuck it. I literally said that. I was like, fuck it, I'm sniping him. Like, I'm hitting it. Bro, I go over there, I get a hit marker. I get a hit marker on replays crossing docks. Round 11. I'm like, I got a hit marker. I literally said it out loud because I couldn't fucking believe I just got a hit marker. Like I literally, bro, diving, I hit him and got a hit marker. And then the stream after the sniper, right, the stream pulls back up to me, and I'm just in fire trying to get a pig mid. And they're like, oh, this fucking idiot has an AR out round 11. Yeah, I'm like, bro, none of you guys even saw the most heartbreaking shit that's ever happened ever. And then, but no, like I said though, after that event, we like, I don't know what happened. Like I felt like I did really well that whole year. Maybe I just didn't talk to enough people, or like I felt like that was probably it.
That matters a lot, because like looking at it based on your year, I mean, I feel like, because what kind of happened to you kind of happened to me, and going from MW2 to MW3, it had to been you just weren't talking to enough people, because yeah, I mean, you won fucking 2 events in the year. Like there should be no way that you're not like at least on a top 8. Like you shouldn't go play with Glass, Ricky, and Moach. Like I don't know. Like you should probably,
yeah. So like after that year, I remember like going into Black Ops 4, we went to like the whole pre-event, like the alpha or beta. You remember that? We all, I don't know if you were there, but I remember me, Kyler. I remember I went there after it was like after World War II champs, a little bit after. It was me. I remember I stayed with Kyler again. Or no, maybe it was Kenny. It was somebody. We were all just like hanging out at there, and you know, it was a good time. And I was like, that was when I didn't know if Kyler was gonna still play with me, and I was still talking to him. And I was like, what do you think, bro? Like, you think we're gonna like you want to stay together? You want to do this? Like, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't really know what my plans are. I was like, shit. Like,
he knew.
Yeah. I was like, I know he knows. Like when he tells me, like, when people tell you that, like I know.
Yeah.
Like, because if people like they didn't know, they would be like, yeah, we're teaming, or we're gonna do this. So I was like, fuck, like I don't really know. Like that was like, I was like, I'm gonna go with Kyler, you know, like we're gonna be a duo. And then Kyler left, and then I remember it went 5v5. Like they announced 5v5, and I hit up so many people, bro. Like I hit up so many teams,
you hit up my
so many things, and I did like just nobody wanted to.
I think if you, that's what I'm saying. It had to been just like the politicking, because like I thought you were good. I wanted to play with you.
Well, that's what I told everybody. I'm like, dude, like in my mind, I'm like, everybody has always like said I'm a good teammate, a great player. Yeah. Like they think I'm good, but like anytime it came to teaming with somebody, like they'd be like, I don't know, or no, or you know, like. But it's like I was just never the type of person to like be in 8s calls all the time, or you know, stay around late. Like I liked my team, and then after I was like, I was just trying to hang out with my team.
Yeah,
like,
right.
And yeah, that's what really hurt me though, going into BO4. Like I hit up so many people, bro, because I was like, because nobody was hitting me up. I was like, oh shit, like if nobody's hitting me up and it's gone this far, like I don't know what else. Like I need to start talking like to people. And
the thing that sucks is that you really like you kind of like, you probably didn't do it. Like I didn't do it at the end of Modern Warfare 2. I still had 2 events, and we could have qualified for champs. So I'm not DMing other teams while I'm fucking 10 points away from champs.
That's what I mean. Like
that's what I'm saying. You probably, that's what you really got to do. Like you got to be DMing like people, keeping that shit on the low while you still got 2 events with your main team.
Yeah,
but it's like from my mindset, it's like, bro, I'm 10 points away. Like I don't want to like disrespect my main team or like take my focus off my main team, because I think we can make it. I don't need to DM these other people and start dick sucking them.
Yeah, because about to say, if rumors get around, then your team starts fighting,
and it ruins the team, right?
But like I said, I was, like I said, for me, I was always a team player. Like if you were on my team, you were my boy. Like I was gonna hit you up every second of the day, probably. Like yo, you trying to play pubs? You trying to play something? Like get on, like. But like if you weren't on my team, I was like, if you joined my like call, I'd chill you. But like if you weren't on my call, like team's call, I was like, I probably wasn't around unless I played 8s every now and then.
Yeah.
So it was like, I remember like that was like a big thing going into that game, and it was just like I just had to put a team together of scraps. I remember it was like Blast and JT were, I think, a duo, and I was like, I mean, you guys are my best options, you know, like I'm gonna play with them. They weren't bad. It's just, you know, I felt like, and then at that point we picked up Ricky and Facento, Bryce, and I was like, I remember, dude, we couldn't get it down. What really broke our team though was we wanted Blast to run a sub, and he didn't want to run a sub. He wanted to run a Maddox.
Okay.
So, like, we needed a stock 2 sub. Like, we needed that, and
Yeah.
JT was our only one.
Yeah.
So JT was a beast. Like, he was dominant at the beginning of BO4, and like we just had nobody else really. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to run. I remember I tried running like the ICR for us. I remember I tried running the Maddox for us. And then I literally at the first event with that team, I ran the sub for us. I was our grapple sub.
Yeah.
At Vegas, I was our grapple sub because I remember we went to the G2, right? They flew us out to a boot camp at Logitech in San Fran. Bro, we didn't win a map, bro. I'm telling you. Like, we lost like every map for like 2 days straight. And I remember I was just bitching every day, like, we need to use a sub. Like, we need a sub. We need a sub. And finally, I remember one scrim, I pulled it out and we won the map. Like, I literally ran around with it. We won the map. I was like, bro, if this is what it takes to win, I'll do it. I don't care. Like, I can't sit here and lose every day. Yeah. Like, it's not going to happen. And then, yeah, with that team, we were all like, we were just not a good team.
Yeah,
like, it was team, scraps.
Yeah.
It was scraps put together that should have never even happened.
Right.
And after that, we dropped Bryce and Ricky, and we picked up Zinni and
played online.
No, we picked up Zinni and Lace. We went to LAN. Like, we played together, and then we went to the qualifier LAN together.
Oh,
we didn't qualify
LAN.
there.
Okay, yeah, the qualifier LAN.
Yeah, that was when I really truly felt like I should have did something different in my career. It's like that was the perfect time to. Like, but I also was still young and I had a lot of passion in my heart still. So like I didn't want to give up on the dream yet. Because I remember after we had lost that at that qualifier, I was heartbroken, bro. I remember G2 was gonna give us a $10,000 bonus just for qualifying, bro. And I remember we didn't qualify, we didn't get it. We lost our like contract with them. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what am I gonna do? And I remember I hit up actually hit up Austin back then, and I asked him if I could actually coach 100 Thieves at the time. It was like the first time, because it was like the first time I'd really like wanted to maybe give it a try. Like, I was like, I don't have anything else right now. Like, I don't have a team offer. I don't have like, I didn't make the pro league. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, if there was ever opportunity, like, that was it. But I asked him, and dude, I remember he was telling me, he's like, dude, like, FaZe didn't qualify, and Crowder asked him. I was like, bro, like, imagine if FaZe qualified, like,
oh yeah, yeah, he would have been kept coaching, yeah.
Like, you know, anything like that, like I would, yeah, like I could have been the coach of like 100 Thieves or something, you know?
Yeah.
But I remember, he told me that, and I was like, okay, like, just keep it between us, though. Like, I was like, I don't want anybody to, you know, be like, oh, Cheen's trying to quit playing, trying to coach, you know, not take me serious. And I remember that year was rough, man. I did a bunch of watch parties. I remember, I was when my stream blew up. I had a really good stream, actually. I was the one I had the most subs I ever had. It was like 1,400, 1,500.
Oh, shit.
The stream went down one day, and I was doing a watch party. And, you know, everybody came from the main stream to my stream, and I was just playing solitaire. I was just sitting there playing solitaire. I was like, I don't know what else to do right now, guys. I think it's supposed to come back up.
Yeah.
And I had 10,000 viewers, bro.
Damn.
10,000 people came to my stream, and I was like, holy shit, watching me play solitaire, just waiting for COD.
That's crazy.
And I remember I played that year. I honestly, if I could change things now, I think I would have just stayed with Blackout and just not try to compete again. Just because I remember me and Jay Hayes, that's when we first really started grinding streams together. Like, I was trying to motivate him. You know, I was like, you know, get your name out there more, bro. Like, you know, make some money, like, streaming. And I remember I was starting to average like 100 viewers on Blackout, just like naturally, just playing it every day. Like, and I remember E6 hit me up. Troy, shout out Troy. He's coaching them, and he, like, you know, they picked me up, and I did good. Like, we got top 6. Like, you know, we were a pretty good team. And then I kind of like, it was just contract like disputes. I didn't want to sign a contract that I wasn't happy with, and that's when, like, they were like, well, we don't want you to keep playing for our team if you're not going to sign to our team.
Right.
And I was like, that's fair. Like, you know, I get it. And then I think I went to the last event in Champs that year. Yeah.
Got top 12 at Champs.
I played. I remember I felt I was really good. I was top 5 damage per minute at Champs using ICR Recon.
Favorable.
I literally got double vision pulse in some games, bro. Like, I was I felt like I remember I that was when the frag became popular. I was like, yo, I can run attack, bro. I only need to run one perk. Like I don't need to run like anything else. Like I remember I throw in a frag, and dude, it was like game changing, bro. Like we got so much better, and I just remember like it was a fun team. We got like I remember our goal for the event like Orlando or something was just to qualify for champs. Like that was like our main goal. Like we wanted to do that because like that was when you had to play with like Titans and like USB mode on the PS4. Like it was like tough. Like open bracket was way worse than pro bracket. Like pro bracket had the Cronuses, you know, good stuff. Open bracket had Titans, bro. Like it was like really bad delay. And I remember you had to play with the bad delay Titan or play USB mode on the PlayStation. And PlayStation USB mode is just the same thing. And I remember I just played PlayStation, bro. I did not play good at that event, bro. It was my first event back, and I remember I was playing on mad delay, and I was just so happy we qualified, dude. I was like, I remember because I just remember telling my team, I know Exceed. I think he still tells me to this day. He was like, yeah, it was a little rough at that first event, because dude, I'm telling you, like it's not because I was a bad player, just because the circumstances of everything. I was like, fuck, bro, like I'm going practicing every day on my stuff to this. Like I'm not like that. Like I'm like it's fucking annoying, using an ICR especially.
Yeah.
And then I said we went to champs, and dude, I played really well at champs. I was like, I can't play as shit with good stuff. I was like, and I thought that playing at champs was gonna really like maybe give me a shot too for the next year. I was like, you know, I kind of proved myself again. I had, like I said, the top, like I was like top 5 damage per minute. I was like, I'm still like getting my name out there, bro. Like I'm still proving I got it. And then going into MW 2019, I remember I didn't know what team. I remember I was trying to find a spot on the team at first, and I had like interviews with Rocker, but they were interviewing everybody. I think New York was talking to everybody too, and then after that, I was like, you know, I was talking to OGLA a little bit, more so for the sub spot, because that's when they were forming their, like, you know, at the time they thought it was like a god roster.
Right.
And FaZe was the other team. So it ended up coming down to either joining FaZe or joining OGLA as a sub. Because I was really good friends with RJ, like Crowder, what's it called? Chaw, like all those guys, like all like Nikki D, because I was friends with Nikki D, so I knew all of them.
Yeah.
And I remember they asked me, they wanted me to play with Tom Gravity on like the Challengers team or whatever, you know, do that. And it was like I said, that FaZe was like, you know, their God squad. And between OGLA and FaZe, I was like, fuck, bro, like if I have any chance to play in the pro league out of these two teams, my best shot is going to be OGLA. Because Cap was like, you know, at the time nobody really knew about Cap. Like Cap was like, is like, you know, is Cap gonna like be really good and keep playing? Is he gonna not really care? Like, you know, that was my main thing. I was like, nobody really knew about Cap, so I was like, I'm gonna join OGLA. Like, you know, I have a lot of good friends on here already, like Slasher, Kenny. I think it's just the best spot for me. And I think too, I didn't have to move. I don't know if you had to move on FaZe. I couldn't remember. But I remember OGLA, they told me I didn't have to move, and I just got an apartment, so I was like, fuck, I don't want to break my lease.
Yeah.
And I was like I said, it was a sub spot too, so I was like, I didn't want to live in Cali playing on a sub spot. So I remember I joined their team, and at first I was trying to play the Challengers, like they said we could, and then they were saying some weird stuff where I never understood it, but they basically were like, subs can't play in Challengers. But then I'm like, how is, like, you know, other teams had Challenger teams. I'm like, how does this work out? Like, I didn't fully understand it, but basically OGLA said I couldn't have a team, or only one of us could play. So it was either me or Gunjar had to play. And I'm like, well, me and Gunjar were playing together a minute ago, and like they want me on the bench and they don't want Gunjar on the bench if it comes down to it, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like Goon was bad, but it was like at the time it was like they'd rather have me come off the bench than him.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I'm the guy on the bench and Goon gets to play Challengers, and I'm like, all right. And then, yeah, eventually, you know, their team wasn't that great. Cap wasn't playing that good, and I remember, at the events, bro, in MW19, I used to travel to them with them, and I would sit backstage with Mud Dog and Pac-Man, because Pac-Man was our coach at the time, and I remember they would just sit there, bro. Cap would be playing, like, Cap would have like a rough like gunfight or something, or it was just like at the time like their team wasn't good too, so they were wanting to make changes. And Cap was like the one they wanted out.
Yeah, they wanted Cap on for sure.
And I remember Mud Dog was like, Cheen, just be ready, bro. Just be ready. You never know. You never know when we might need you. He's like, bro. I remember they were like, bro, what if we put you in for a game? Like, what if we put you in for a map? Because like they weren't doing too well. And I was like, bro, like I remember I was sitting there literally warming up because I was like, this guy is giving me like signs that I'm about to go out on stage right now.
Yeah.
And no, eventually, like I said, Cap ended up getting dropped, and then they were like, yeah, let's play with Cheen. I don't know if it was just like pity playing with me because like they just wanted like because they were finding somebody else, but I remember I played with them, and I don't think I don't think any Dashy or Teach wanted to play with me at all.
Yeah.
And then Kenny probably, I felt like that was the first year I couldn't tell if Kenny wanted to play with me or not. Like I couldn't tell if he was like, on my, like, I guess you could say like on my side about that.
Yeah.
Like I felt like he was kind of like he wasn't sure. So, and I feel like Austin had my back for the most part. Like he
also had your back for sure. I remember.
Yeah.
Austin was ride or die for you.
Yeah, I remember Austin was like the main one, like really had my back, bro. Like, cause I was trying, dude. Like, they put me on that team with like the worst fucking team in the world, bro. I'm telling you, like, we get on and people would just stop calling out instantly. Like Austin would pull out his red dot M4 and I knew the scrim was over, bro. When I saw the red dot M4 come out in like map 1 or 2, dude, I was like, bro, we just started the scrim. Like, you can't pull out the.
It says you only played 2 events with them?
No, we played 3. So we
Oh, you got 8th one of them.
Yeah. So
2nd, 3rd, and 8th. That's not that bad, twin. That's cool.
Yeah, so I was pissed. Like, yeah, that's why I was mad after like everything went down. Because this is a story. So I joined the team. Right, we're still getting fucking smoked. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and act like I joined the team and we got better instantly.
Yeah.
Like, we were pretty bad still, but I was trying, dude. Like, me and Pac and everybody else, like, we were trying to be better. Like, we were going. And I remember before the online tournament, we played Royal Ravens round 1, and they beat us. They beat us like maybe like last map or something. And I was like, well, this is it for me. Like, and we're gonna lose the next series, and I'm gonna be off the team. Like, this is it. And I just remember we played. We ended up getting our next match. We won. I was like, oh shit, okay, turn up. And then we played Ravens again, and we beat them. We beat them on the rematch. And I was like, okay, like, we're nasty now. Like, we might be good.
Yeah.
And then I think we maybe beat one more team, or if not, we went to grand finals after that. And I remember we played FaZe in grand finals. We won map 1. I think it was Ramaza Hardpoint. We won map 1, and map 2 was 5-5, bro, round 11. Like, we should have gone up 2-0 against them. Remember, I think I got team kills. I think I got team kills round 11 too.
Yeah.
And I just remember, bro, like, I was like, we could have been up 2-0 against them, like 2-0 in grand finals. Like, like, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way we lose.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah. So I just remember, like, after that, I was like, yo, I was feeling good, dude. I was like, yes, sir. Like, we just got second. Like, like everybody, the vibes were up. The vibes were good. And then they dropped Pac-Man, or they let go of our coach. Literally.
Yeah.
I was so mad at Mud Dog, dude. I remember I was like, and John, I remember John was mad at him for a while too. Cause I called him. I think I called him right after. I was like, bro, like, I'm so sorry, bro. Like, I don't know what else to say. We got second. Like, you proved that you could like make us better. And then they hired some guy from Overwatch League, bro. And this guy had just no clue at all, bro, of what he was doing about COD.
I remember hearing about this.
And I remember we played the next event and we got 3rd, and I was still feeling pretty good. Like, the vibes were good at that event. So that's what I was saying. Like, we got 3rd based off because we were actually improving. Like, we were actually getting better. And then it just all went downhill, bro. Our coach, like, we started playing bad in scrims. I remember me and Austin would just argue with the coach because we're like, dude, like, you're trying to say stuff to us that's just like, it's not gonna work, bro. What you're telling us is not how to play. You can't play the game that way. And it's like legit, like, it's not even like this guy had a COD experience, bro. This guy never really played COD.
Yeah.
And I remember after that we played really bad, bro. We had like a really bad loss against Toronto. I want to say Toronto. They beat us like fucking 250-30 on Hackney. It was really bad. And I remember I was like I was the only one with maybe double-digit kills. Like I was like, we got smoked. And I remember after that, I was like, they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna drop Dashy, and I'm like, okay, like we needed to make a change. That's cool. And I just remember, I just knew, like I said, I felt like Tej and Kenny like didn't want to play with me.
Yeah, yeah.
So like so I was like, I felt really weird. Like I was like, I'm trying to make it work. I'm giving it my all, but like these people don't want to play with me. Like it's not a good balance. Like it's not gonna fit.
Yeah.
And I remember we scrimmed. They were talking like, all right, well, Draza and Hollow, like these are two really good players. I played it. Like I knew they were good. I told them, and I remember I played with them. I first day I played with Draza, but the whole day with Draza, all four of us plus Draza, scrimmed the whole day. We did good. I was like, yeah, he's nasty. He's good vibes, And then next day we played with Hollow. Hollow, like he was not as good as Draza, but he was more knowledgeable.
Yeah,
like he could help us get better at the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember we played with him, and I was sitting there in the call with them, and we were discussing it, like who should we pick up, like who would be better for now, like this and that. And I was like, I think we were set on picking up Hollow. I want to say we were set on picking him up because we felt like we could just improve. Like we were like that was the main goal. Was there was like only a couple more events that we wanted to do good at champs and stuff,
Yeah.
And that's when the next day, bro, I literally am at the Baskin Robbins drive-thru and I see Mud Dog calling, or no, I see Austin calling my phone. Austin calls me and I'm like, it's GG's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I answer, I'm like, yo, what's up? And he's like, bro, I'm so sorry. Like I tried, dude. Like I did everything I could. Like they just wanted to make, like they wanted this roster. Like they wanted to change it. And I was like, nah, bro, like you're my boy. Like I know if anybody wanted to team with me on that team, it was you. Like you were the one person I knew for sure. Yeah. And then I remember Kenny texted me. Ken texted me something, bro. And I was so hurt, bro. Like I remember I was just so upset because like at the time I didn't know if Kenny was on my side or not. Like I couldn't tell based on how he was like talking to me. And I remember he texted me like, I'm so sorry, bro, like this and that. And I think I probably texted him back some like hater ass shit, like just salty. I was like, I know you're good, bro. Like it's just like I tried my fucking best. Like that's fucked. Like it's not cool.
Yeah.
And like it's not even. Like, I basically was like, it's not my fault. Like I was,
Yeah.
And I remember I was really, really hurt. Like I don't know if Kenny knew that. Maybe he did, but I remember I was really, really hurt and upset. And I got over it. Like Kenny, like I said, Kenny's my boy for life. But I remember my dog called me, and I was like, "Fuck you." I was like, dude, I don't want to call. I don't want to talk anymore.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, dude, that was like the rest of the year for me. I remember I said I was really upset at first, but I remember I helped him at champs. The champs, I literally I don't know if all of them looked over it, but I know Austin for sure. I literally, because they still had the coach, the Overwatch coach.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, this guy's not doing shit. So I literally I wrote down every team's like break off strats for S&D, like stuff they like to do, like their like routine shit. Like if they want to go this way, they're gonna break it from here. Like this is how they like to do it. Like I wrote like detailed notes for like if I was like, what's the maps for the series? Like, let me know, and I'll do research. And I would study them, and I literally would send it all over to them before they played. And like I said, Austin, I think they were pretty high. Like they were grateful. I remember Jaza was like, "Oh, thanks, bro. Like I appreciate it."
Yeah,
Like, they were pretty. Like they were cool about it. And then yeah, like I was like, I remember after that year, I was pretty fucking like,
you're done.
Shit. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I think after that was
LAG
Cold
sub
War.
for all
Yeah,
the Cold War.
yeah, and then Cold War came out, and Ricky blessed me, bro. Like I said, me and Ricky are really good friends. Like from way back in the day, even on G2, like that was my main guy on that team. And he was like, yo, we're starting an academy team, and I want you to be the one to I want you to be the leader. I want you to be the vet on it.
Yeah. And
I want you to pick up young people. But I remember he told me, he's like, the only thing is though, you're gonna have to play with Billy. He was like we want Mental on the roster. We want him because he's switching to COD. We want to pick him up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember I was like, I'm gonna get paid, so I mean I gotta do it. I don't have no other team offers.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, you know what? I'll play with Billy. Like, I don't care. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm getting paid. I'm gonna be in challengers anyway. Like, I'm gonna have to get out of the mud anyway.
Yeah.
and they wanted me to pick up young people, so that's when I played. That's when I met Nero. I played him in World War II that offseason. He popped on the. I watched the other podcast he did with D-Rail.
Yeah.
And he talked about it. He literally popped off against like me, Lamar, and Ken. We were playing in World War II that tournament together. Popped off against us in a pickup score, like 8th or something. I was like, yo, let's play with him. So I played with him in the tournament. He was frying in the tournament. And so I told him after that tournament, I was like, hey, this is before I got the LAG offer, everything like that. Like this was like, I was just gonna play. I told him, I was like, dude, I don't like. I know one thing's for sure, that I want to play with you. I was like, whatever you want, like whoever you want to play with, whatever you want to do, like I'm cool with. But I just want you to know, like going into next year, like I want you to be my teammate. Yeah. I was like, I was like, I just want you to like trust me, like like I want you on my team, like. And then I just teamed with Exceed, and Exceed wasn't gonna join me. He wasn't gonna play. Like he wasn't gonna like he did, because I was just asking him to join. Like I wasn't like I didn't at that point. He didn't know I had LAG and stuff. But I was trying to gauge. I was like, who really wants to play with me? Like yeah. So I remember like for sure I had Billy and I had like Dylan, the two people I know for sure wanted to play with me. Like that's what I wanted. Because like I said, I was hurt from the last year, bro. Playing with people who don't want to play with you is miserable.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to play with people who want me around. And I remember I told Exceed, I was like, yo, I'm playing with Nero, and him and Nero were really good friends. I was like, come join us, bro. Like, come play with us. We're gonna be nasty. We're gonna be good. And I remember he eventually, like, word got out that I got LAG, and he was like, bro, why didn't you tell me? Well, I would have joined you right away. I was like, bro, because like I know you're my boy. I was like, I know you're my boy, so but I'm like, I know you're a beast. Like I wanted to play with him. He was my first option. Like he was the person I wanted to play with, but I really wanted to make sure.
And he wanted to play with you too.
Yeah. So when he was telling me that, that's when I told him, I was like, yeah, bro, like I do. Like, you want to come play with us? He's like, yeah. And it was rough. Like beginning of that team was rough, bro. Like we played the first cup good. Then we got third. Then we got like T60, and then another time we got like T128. And dude, it was bad, bro. Like there was like people were like, we were talking about trying to drop, like we were trying to drop people on the academy roster, like since the beginning of the game, bro. Like, but they were just like, nah. Like I remember Aiden especially, dude. He did not want to play with Billy.
Yeah.
He kept trying to get him dropped. I'm like, bro, he is the one that like he is the most undroppable person. He's undroppable.
It's over with.
Yeah, like he is the reason why we are here. Like all of us are here. And yeah, so it went on, and I remember we got another tournament we did really bad, and this is when I kind of put my foot down, bro. Like, they had like a whole team meeting, bro. I remember I went over there. I was in when I'm pissed, bro. Like I won't speak, but you'll know I'm mad. I was like, I remember I sat there the whole meeting, listened to all of it, and then they said something, and I was like, you want to know what? Like I think it's fucking bullshit. Like all this is fucking stupid. Basically I was going off. I was like if we want to get better, like we have to be a team. Like we have to get better. Like if they don't want us to make roster changes and you want us to keep being the worst team here, like so that's what they. And I remember they told us that they were like, They said we don't care if you get last in every single tournament. You guys aren't making a change. And I remember after they told me that, bro, I was like, I remember I walked back. I left after they said that because I was mad. I was really, really mad. I was upset too because before that I was talking to Ricky at a dinner where he was telling me we were making changes, like we were gonna drop people, like like stuff was gonna happen. And then when I got there, the big bosses were like, nah. And then I was like, I remember walking back and I was mad at Rick because I got in trouble. The next day I got in trouble for it, and they were gonna fine me, and they didn't end up finding me. I was really cool with all of them, so they understood, like
Yeah.
And but it was funny. I remember being mad at Rick. I was like, fuck you, Rick. I was like, you're the reason why they're mad at me. You're the reason why it's all like, it's your fault. Like, you were the one who egged me on.
Yeah.
And then, no, it ended up working out. Like, I feel like that's what makes me like upset a little bit is like, I wish I would have played Vanguard. Like thinking back on it, like I really wish I felt like in Cold War, that was one of my better games. Like I felt like I really learned how to like be a good leader, like a good veteran, like a good, like I could teach people. Like I learned how to just teach people how to play the game and be good teammates. And like, I remember, I feel like I just proved that with like my academy team, like when we qualified for the pro league, like with Billy and stuff, like we were struggling, but then we became really, really good. Cause I literally started putting my foot down, bro. I was like, we need to go over VOD. Like we need to do this. Like we need to make sure we're on point.
Yeah.
And then Ricky helped us a lot too, man. Shout out Rick. Like Rick was there with us every day because he wasn't like the main coach of the main team. He was technically secondary coach, but then he became like the main academy coach.
Okay.
So he was like, dude, he made us so much better too. Like him and me just like bouncing off each other, and like it made everybody more involved.
Yeah.
And like it became like more of a team.
Yeah.
And then I remember that's when I got called up. It's funny, when I got called up to the pro team in that game because they'd actually played with Nero and Exceed. They'd never played with me. Like they scrimmed with them, and then I guess they just did horrible. And then they literally told me. I remember Justin came back to our apartment. He's like, "Yeah, bro, you're gonna be on the main team." like in my apartment, I was like, "For real? Like dead ass?" Like I'm just like, "I'm gonna scrim with you guys?" Like no. He's like, "No, you're joining the team." I was like, "All right, like okay." And so I replaced Reese, and I'm like, "Well, I don't know how I feel about replacing the fastest player of the team."
Yeah.
And then I felt like I was really good in that game. I remember I kept trying to push for more changes on the main team because I wanted to get like my academy roster up because I felt like, they were just good subs. Like I needed fast-paced subs.
Yeah, you need yeah. What the hell?
And yeah, I remember, like I said, the reason why I got dropped from that team too though is because I got mad. Or not dropped, but like back to the academy, I guess. And that's the only reason why they put Billy in, I'm guessing, is because of me. Because at the end of that, like after we lost at like Major 4, we beat LA Thieves with, who did they have, like draws there? Somebody come in or no? Somebody came in.
They had 800 rosters in that game.
Yeah, somebody came in because Kyler spelled his name wrong. Kyler spelled his name wrong.
Yeah.
So they came in, or the machine read, whatever happened with that. But the machine, like they played with him, and I remember we beat him, and we lost the next match, and I was so mad because we lost it just off dumb mistakes. Like I was playing like so bad, and we were in the back, and they were like, somebody wanted to scrim. Like another team wanted to scrim, and we had just lost. Keep in mind. And I was looking around, like I was watching the VOD back, like the whole time I was sitting there watching the VOD, like watching over all our mistakes, just fucking enraged, like pissed. And then they were like, "Yeah, let's scrim. Like let's try to get better." I'm like, dude, I'm not playing with this team anymore. I'm like we either need to make a roster, like we need to make a roster change.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no improvement. I'm like, we have like, I think we won like 1 league match or 2 league matches, and then we won 1 event at the LAN, or 1 match at the LAN.
Yeah. I'm
like, we aren't a good team. Like we're not gonna improve. We're not gonna get better practicing right now. I'm not gonna waste my time. And I remember I got into a yelling argument with, I think maybe it was Alex Rubens, like the main guy at LG. We were arguing back and forth inside that PA. And I basically just told him, bro, like, this team's shit, bro. Like, we're not going to be good. It's not going to happen. Like, we need something else. And then after that, I remember I went back home for a little bit, and they were trying to call me, and I wasn't talking to them. I was like legit ignoring them for a bit. It's like we had a little break before the next time. And then I'm really good friends with Brenda. She was one of the people on LAG, like one of the main people. And I was really, really close with her when I lived out there in LA. She was kind of like my aunt, like pretty much like any advice I ever needed, like I could go to her. Like she was just like an adult in my life. I needed it. And I remember she called me and we had a really long convo. And she was just like telling me like, bro, like I get it, this and that. And she was like, that's what she told me. She was like, hey, I'm just letting you know now, like we're gonna be moving Billy up to the main roster. So the first convo was like, we're moving Billy up to the main roster. You're going back to challengers. And I remember on the phone with her, I was like, is that it? And then she said, yeah. And then I hung up. That's when I called her back a little bit later because I felt like that was really rude.
Yeah, that was rude.
I was like, you're my friend. You didn't do nothing to me. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I shouldn't have done that to you. She understood though. She's like, I get it. And then I remember I came back and I had a whole meeting with them, and it was a big PR thing. I remember I talked to Joy, our PR person at the time, because everybody was hating on LAG. Like every single person in the league, like, fans, everything was like, why'd they drop Chino? Why this, that? Because I mean, at the time, I probably was our best player, or if not, like one of. And, it was, like I said, nobody really knew. Like, nobody knew why it happened. It was just kind of sudden. And, yeah, I remember they wof like, yeah, can you please just, like, let him know, like, you're still on the team and all this and that. And I think, honestly, what made me kind of get over it quick was we scrimmed them when I first came back, and I was streaming. I was like, I'm going to stream every fucking thing I play. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I remember we played them on stream, and We beat them like 250-12 on APOC, and it went viral everywhere, bro. Like it was on Reddit, Twitter, everything. And I remember they stopped playing us after that, and I could hear Bevels in the other, because our room was one, they were in the other room. I could hear Bevels screaming at them in the other room, saying, "You guys are losing to the academy team. Like these guys literally wanted more than you. These guys are getting paid less than you. Like these guys this and that. Like they're so much better than you. Like why don't, like what are you guys doing? Like you guys don't even care. Like this and that." Like he was mad, but I think he was mad because I used to challenge him a lot, bro. I used to challenge Embry a lot. Like I was like, when he would say something, I'm like, no, like we need to do this or this and that. Like it'd be a lot of back and forth between us, but it was just like that's what happens between a coach and a player. You know, it's like it's very normal. But I think what made him mad was like I literally told him, I was like, bro, I could play with the academy team and shit on you guys. Like I was already saying, like I was like, I know we're better than you guys. And when we did that and we beat him, I think it really made him like hit that next level, like of pissed off. But yeah, I remember after that year, it was just like a really weird situation with that. And I think I was just really upset because it was the same situation as OGLA. I came in onto a team and like a team that wasn't doing anything. I tried my best. I was one of our better players, and I put in the effort. But like at the same time, it's like if people aren't willing to make changes around you, or if your situation's not good, like I was like, fuck, bro, like I'm never gonna get into a situation where things are gonna work out for me.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of happened. Like after Cold War, remember Vanguard was coming out, and I spent a lot of time in that off season really thinking about it. But I was still trying to find teams after Cold War. Like I was still looking, all that. And then like there was some like personal stuff that kind of happened in my life where I was like, maybe I should try to like be home more. Maybe I should try to like take on Warzone, Like I was streaming Warzone every day at the time, and Verdansk was doing good, Warzone 2 was coming out. The hype was highest it's ever been, And I remember I played Vanguard, and I was telling everybody like, yeah, I made my tweet like, or I remember I posted a video on Instagram too, like I'm done playing, like this is like official, like I'm really like, this and that. Like, I'm gonna try Warzone. I'm gonna switch to Warzone, guys. Like come hang out. And I remember Warzone 2 came out, bro, and it was just awful. It was just the worst thing ever. And I remember I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I wish, because I remember even you were telling me in that game, you're like, bro, I wish you would have played. Like, I would have probably picked you up. And I was like, fuck, dude.
I didn't have nobody that year. I'm playing with motherfuckers. I don't even know who the hell is on my team.
That's what I was saying. I remember you telling me that, like, maybe midway through the year or something, you told me that, and I was like, dude, I fucking wish, dude. I was like, I wish I could have just made a different choice. Like, cause even if like, it would like, like the record obviously wasn't that good with that team in that game, but like, even if I got in the league, it would have been something, it would have been another thing to keep me going.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, I tried Warzone that year, it was whatever. And then I was like, I did that pretty much that whole year. And then after that was when I was like, I was like, all right, I need to start like, getting into the real world a little bit more, like maybe find a job. Like at the time I was streaming a lot, and I was trying to like do like like gig apps like DoorDash, or whatever, like if I needed to make extra money, like. And then I remember in MW2 that game came out, and of course I come back for MW2. That game was horrible. And I come back and I play the first event of that game. I play with Estriel, like that's one of them. Like I remember, like I feel like I'm low key like sons to some of these people. Like some of these people are like I was like their first vet to a lot of these people, bro. Like, like Exceed, like Nero, like I see maybe like some other people, but like I played with them a lot. Like I was really like a stepping stone. Like Nero, Estriel, Kenny, like I said Kyler in World War II. Like a lot of these people, I felt like I really helped them like see their potential.
Right.
And it's just like crazy, bro. Like I remember playing with Estriel. Of course, I played with Estriel, and we didn't even have a scuff. He literally played that at the first event without a scuff that year. Like I remember he like his thumb was like he could press the button still, while he was like aiming or something. I was like, okay, like it's
for sure.
Yeah. I was like, you're like he's a beast, so I didn't care. Like I was like, you should probably get a scuff, but like you're still good. And I think we got like top 8 maybe, or top. I think it was top 8.
Yeah, I got top 8. Yep.
And yeah, after that event, I thought about it some more, but it was just like too unsustainable, and I didn't really like my stream wasn't doing well, so it's like I couldn't like keep competing off my stream.
Right.
And then like at the time, like I said, I was doing a lot of like gig apps. So, like the best time to do that was like later on at like scrim time for me.
People are ordering food. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like scrim time for me. So it's like I had like some days I would have to pick and choose. Like, I can scrim like a 1 set, 2 sets, and I gotta go, or stuff like that. It was the same thing for like mocks too at the time. Like we were really trying in that game, man. Like we wanted to play so bad, dude. Like we put in all our effort. But I remember like, after that, me and him were like, we can't, like we gotta get jobs.
Yeah.
And a little while after that, that was when Trainwrecks actually. Trainwrecks came through for me that one time. And shout out him.
Shout out to
helped me.
Trainwrecks.
And then I used that honestly just to pivot towards getting a job and stuff. Like he really helped me for real. Like he's like I made, like I said, I made a dumb mistake trying to play again in MW2 because I put myself back like pretty bad. And him helping me out right there definitely like saved me a bit. I probably would have been okay, but just that comfort and like being able to live my life like as normal felt nice. Like it was really nice.
Yeah.
And I remember a little after that, I got a job. I was working, like that's where I've been. I was just working at Walgreens the past couple years, and I'm trying to find a new job now, but it's been kind of like, I guess, my journey like throughout the years and stuff. Just now it's just nowadays what I'm doing is I'm trying to stream more.
Okay.
I'm getting it. I've been streaming every day for about 3 weeks, and I was, like I said, that was like I got at Walgreens. It was like kind of a situation where like I didn't really like my coworkers and stuff, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take like this time off, like get another job, and then just stream. And like I got like a little money saved up to be able to have enough time to find a new job and just relax for a bit.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Just basically trying to stream every day, get that going as like my side hustle, my second job right now.
Okay.
And then like I said, I'm just gonna keep doing that. That's where my mindset nowadays is, just kind of content creation, trying to just have fun while playing games, just have a good time. Because this past couple of years have been kind of weird for me. Like I took like a month or like 3 months off of streaming, and honestly just probably playing video games for because I remember the beginning of 2024, it was like me and my girl's relationship was kind of still new, and I didn't want to play games all the time. I was always hanging out with her.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I need to start like getting into my hobbies again. And I remember I played The Witcher 3 on my TV back there. I played all of The Witcher 3 on my PS5 on that TV. Like no streams, no nothing, like just me and the game. I was like, I need to find my like love for it. And it was like, and that was like, because that's how I've always been my whole life. I've always been a really big gamer. Like I've played like a lot of story mode games, like a lot of like open world games, a lot of just like shooters, like some MOBAs. Like I've always been a really big gamer. Like it's always been my thing. Like that's what got me into being a competitive gamer, was just the joy of it. And so like I felt like I kind of had lost it a little bit, because like for a long time, honestly, like I really regretted that Warzone 2 shit. Like it was eating me up like for really, really long time, like a couple years at least. And like that was, like I said, I when I got with my girl, I feel like she really kind of opened up my eyes more. Like, cause like I felt like like, sometimes I felt like a failure. Like it really is tough, bro. Like you're like, fuck. Like I had all this stuff. I was doing all this. Like I had teams. I was traveling, and like now it's like I was working at Walgreens. Like fuck.
Yeah, it's a normal life, bro. I mean,
yeah. What's that mean? It's normal. It's normal. Like it's very normal. But like to me, I was like, this was not what I had been doing, it wasn't normal to me.
Yeah.
And it was so tough. Like most of the time I was fine. Like honestly, I was okay. But it was like when I was really by myself, like alone, like when you're with your own thoughts. Yeah, when you're with your own thoughts, sometimes, man, it can really eat at you. And I remember I was just talking to my girl about it, and we were talking. She was like, maybe you should just try to play like try to play some more games. Like don't be afraid to play games. Like like if like when I'm around or anything like that. And that's when I really started. I would come home from work, bro, and just play The Witcher 3. I would just throw that on, and I have like 100 hours on it, just exploring it. And I picked that game too because it was like the one really popular game I hadn't played.
Yeah.
That like everybody said was like their favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I kept trying it like when I was younger and just could never do it. But I was like, if I'm gonna try to get back into gaming and stuff, this is the game I need to try or to do it with. And I remember, yeah, I played the whole game on my TV, and after that, it really like gave me my love back. Like it made me want to actually like get on and play with my friends and like be myself again. It made me want to actually, you know, I'm a gamer at first, like before anything else. Like before I ever played competitive, before everybody knew me, like anything like that. Like I played games because it was like the one thing that like you could make you feel extraordinary. Like when you're not. Like when you feel like you're not sometimes, and it's like that was like, dude, I fucking love that shit. So like now, like I feel like I got that passion back where like I really enjoy like playing games, hanging out with my friends. Like I'm getting back to that now.
That's fire. That's a little bit emotional. That's fire, bro.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
good for you, bro. I agree with pretty much everything you said. We just hit the 3-hour mark, so this is probably I don't know if it's gonna be 2 parts, 3 parts. However many parts, that's for them to figure out. But let's go ahead and close this out. I mean, anything you want to say to the fans? Like, you could shout out your Twitch stream. You just said you got your love for content creation. Like, any content you've been doing, or shout out your stream, twitch.tv/MJ Cheen. No.
Yeah. So if you guys want to like come check me out or like hang out or anything, I've been going live, like I said, every day recently, trying to do it the best I can when I'm free. Trying to stay consistent, at least throwing up a stream every day. So I've been going live on Twitch. My tag now is just Cheen. I actually got it changed not too long ago.
Okay, Cheen.
Yeah, I emailed them actually. I was like, hey, can I get like the original Cheen? Like nobody's using it,
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we could do that for you. So I got the original Cheen. So if you guys want to check me out on there, I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm trying to upload clips on my like shorts, like just like on my YouTube. That one's Mr. MJ Chino. I can't change that one. And then my TikTok is MJ Cheen. I post them on there too if you guys are on TikTok.
Okay.
But no, just shout out to my boy. Honestly, Jay Hayes. He's like through everybody. Like I've talked to it throughout the years and anything like that. Like that guy's definitely been my most like consistent friend outside of like like my main boys. Like he's the one I've talked to like even the days on my like lowest days, bro. Like he's the one I would play games with. I would like we would hang out, dude, like just chill. And shout out him for real, dude. Like he's a true he's like my bro.
Shout out to Jay.
And just to anybody who's like getting into COD, man, just video games in general too. Just remember at the end of the day, you're supposed to have fun. Like that's the main reason why you play games. That's the main reason why anybody does it. So like take some advice from me. Like I feel like my best years were the years when I did have fun. Like I had a lot of fun. I was a good teammate. I like made sure like I kept up on my VOD. I kept up on like my accountability if I was playing well, if I was doing stupid stuff. Like if you're trying to make a name for yourself, bro, just give it your all. Like make sure you're having fun too. And I say just don't be a rager. There's a difference between being passionate and being a rager, and I've been both. And I know the difference. Like you got to learn how to choose your words and be calm. And like, dude, I'm just a kid from Albuquerque, New Mexico, who was the only person probably here who ever went pro in a video game. Like I played on cable internet. Like my parents, like bless them, bro. Like they got me. I remember I played on a box TV when I was coming up because it was the best for latency.
Same.
And then my dad bought me a monitor. My dad bought me a headset. Like my mom bought me, like I said, my mom like funded me. Like shout out my parents on that for real too. Like you got people behind you, man. Make sure like you show them love. Like make sure you appreciate it. And just like I said, make sure you're having fun. Video games are about that, and you can do anything you want as long as you believe in yourself.
Okay. All right. That was a good closeout, man. This was a very good episode. Hopefully the editors, y'all chop it up the way y'all need to do it. But appreciate you for coming on. Thank you so much for coming on. You know what I'm saying? I hit you up a couple of days. It's been impossible. Everyone says no. You know what I'm saying?
It was funny because I was actually playing like with John and Miara. Miara was like, "Oh, I told Donnie to hit you up."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know why Donnie didn't hit me up sooner. I was like, I honestly, I tell people no. Like I've told people like random fans and stuff like on podcasts. I'm like, I don't really like to do it too much.
Yeah.
But I'm like any of my day one boys, like if any of them need, like I would gladly come on, bro.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just like because obviously they're Breaking Point. They want like Cellium, like Ghosty, like people that's in the league right now. And then I ask them, and then they just leave me on a delivery.
Yeah, dude,
you know what I'm saying? Because they got champ. They got champ, bro. As a player, you do not want to do that shit. So it's just like I tried. You know what I'm saying? I tried to get Cellium, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, you got another C, bro.
Yeah, we got money Cheen, MVP Cheen. You know what I'm saying? So it worked out, and I mean, like I said, it helped me out a lot. So appreciate you so much for doing it. I think all the fans and the people will appreciate this, especially if there's a lot of people that's interested in old COD knowledge, and you were spitting. So
yeah,
like
dude,
I said,
I've there's this guy he's come to my stream a couple of times. His name's Dan's. He's been linking me like all of them, so I've been watching them too because he was like saying, "Oh, all these people are talking about you," or like saying this and that, and I'm like, "Well, that's lit, bro." I was like, "This is really cool. Like, it's really informational, honestly. Like, if you want to get to know people."
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, bro, appreciate you so much, and that be all, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out Prize Picks. We out of here. Later.